I am Christiana Ellis, the Dungeon Master for today. We're going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh. Just got a notification on my phone that we're apparently streaming right now.
Ooh. Yeah. Today we have all 5 players. We have Nukjas playing Shadow, the Elven Druid.
Hello, everyone.
Nobilis playing Zia, the Vistani Wizard.
Greetings!
Tim Dodge playing Julius, the Paladin.
Hello.
We have Mark Kilfoyle playing Perry Peartree, the Halfling Cleric.
Good morning to you.
And Lee Burdett playing Honor, the Tiefling Ranger, with her wolf companion Anubis.
Hello.
Alright, so, when we last met, most of the party went and explored the strange abbey of St. Markovia and met the unusual inhabitants to be found there. But before that happened, one of your companions, Shadow, was pulled aside by Casimir, and they announced their intention to investigate something separate from the rest of you. And so we're going to first rewind time to follow what happened to them. So, take you now back to everyone standing around the pool, the once blessed pool by the Shrine of the White Sun in Kresk. The lightning has just struck the pool after Strahd's visage appeared in the clouds. But while everyone's kind of deciding what to do next, Casimir pulls you aside, Shadow, and says, I have something very urgent I need to speak with you in private.
Now?
Right now.
Okay. Excuse us, we have something to take care of.
Urgent elf business, we understand.
So he pulls you just a little bit aside, not too far, but, enough that you can speak in private, and he says, when I told you the history of our people in Barovia, there were certain details I omitted simply out of brevity, but which have now become very relevant.
Okay, what are they?
The elf that told me of these lands and invited us, Patrina and I, to lead our people here was an elf named Rahadin. He knew these lands well, for he was one of the servants of King Barov, Strahd's father. And it was at his invitation that we came and settled in these lands. However, it became apparent soon after we arrived here that his loyalties were to his master far more than to his people. And when Strahd himself took over and became ruler, Rahadin transferred his fanatical loyalty to his new master. And I believe, I don't know if he was always evil, but certainly he has become intensely so in the service of Strahd. And he played when I told you that Strahd killed all of the women and children of our people as punishment for taking Patrina away from him, it's perhaps more accurate to say that he had them killed, for Rahadin was the one who carried out the sentence. And I bring this up to illustrate to you that he is a very dangerous man, because I want you to understand that when I tell you that I just received a message from him magically, and he has demanded to speak with you and I outside the city gates right now, alone.
All right. Can we be sure that we'll be allowed back in?
I believe we should be able to negotiate that with the gate guards. To be frank, my fear is less that the gate guards will not allow us back in, but rather that after we meet with Rahadin, there will be other things to worry about.
Of course. All right, let's lead on. Or lead on.
All right. And so at this point, from the rest of your perspective, this is where they came back in and said that there was something that they needed to investigate. They would be back eventually. They would try to meet you either in the Abbey or back here in town. And so, Shadow, you and Casimir make your way back to the south gate. You speak with the gate guards there and say that you have a meeting outside the gate, and they agree that if you have been allowed in, you will be allowed back in after whatever it is you're doing. So you make your way back outside the gate here, and let's see. Let me. As soon as you make your way outside the gate, not too far outside, an elven man with similar coloring to your own, you definitely see the resemblance, steps out from the trees near the road, and he approaches you very calmly, nodding. But as he draws close, you start hearing, faint at first, but what sounds like hundreds, even maybe thousands of voices screaming. And it seems like it is coming from this elf, who makes no sign that he is even aware of the noise. But you hear it as he draws close. And he comes up close and just kind of has a half smile and just says, "Well, Casimir, you've found a new friend." Casimir just says, "What do you want?" "Oh, Casimir, You're right, of course, I do have business, but I can't get straight to that when there's such an important introduction to be made. Tell me, who is this? Who are you, young lady?"
You may call me Shadow.
Shadow. That's ominous. Shadow. Has Casimir told you anything about me?
A little.
I can only imagine. My master, Strahd, has brought you and your companions to these lands for his games. He enjoys toying with people whose spirits are not yet broken, you see. But of course, I have a personal connection to you and your friend Casimir here. And I wanted to introduce myself because, I had a hand in the Dusk Elves' current situation, and I have some interest in it not substantively changing, you see. So, I wanted to meet you, but it is also true that I am here on some business from my master. You see, there are a number of druids in these lands, and it seems that you have destroyed one of their magical staffs, and they're very unhappy with you.
Good.
Yes, well, I certainly, personally, think that they're a bunch of dirty savages, and I care nothing about whatever they may be getting up to down there on Yester Hill. However, it seems that they have planned a very important ritual, and now that you've destroyed their staff, they feel that they need your participation in its stead. And my master has asked me to deliver you to them.
Good luck with that.
Well, let's not be too hasty. First, let me also talk to Casimir and say, Casimir, your Vistani friends thought that you were helping to look for Luvash's young daughter, Arabelle. They may be very upset to hear that you lied to them and are off on some mission of your own. Casimir just says, what business is that of yours? Oh, well, I just would hate to think that the safety that your people have enjoyed here in Barovia these last couple hundred years, since your well-deserved punishment, of course. I would hate to see that fragile equilibrium disrupted. So, my suggestion is that you, Casimir, will return to the camp outside Vallaki, and you, Shadow, will come with me. And in exchange, the rest of the elves will go on living. Now, Shadow, I have no interest in the Druid's ritual personally. My task is to deliver you to them, dead or alive. Makes no difference to me. Once I have delivered you to their custody, I have no more interest in the subject, and you may do whatever you like to escape their clutches. But if you attempt to escape my clutches, the rest of the elves at the Vistani camp will pay the price.
She looks at Casimir.
Casimir,
What are your thoughts?
Casimir is pale, and he raises a finger to Rahadin, like, can we have a moment? And Rahadin just smiles and says, you have 5 minutes. He pulls you aside and just says, this is not a good situation, of course. But I don't doubt that he will carry out. This is not he does not make idle threats.
So, Rahadin can destroy the elves on any say-so, whenever he likes, is what you're telling me. You are constantly beholden to him.
It is not him alone, though he certainly is extremely dangerous, but the Vistani that serve him as well. Luvash, Aragal, they are both very dangerous men as well, and they serve him.
This is not a good situation to be in.
It is not, I agree, but I don't know. This is... I have no idea what the Druids may be doing. I mean, we observed their attacks on the winery. They stole the gem. They must have something planned, but I would not have thought Strahd to have any interest in supporting them one way or another, so... That said, you destroyed their staff. I could see why they would want you. I would imagine Strahd has given Rahadin this directive for nothing else than his own amusement. He wants to see what will happen.
I don't like being a puppet,
Nor do I.
but I can't let you people die. Because of my pride.
Here's my advice. will comply for now. I would much rather have the Druids as an enemy than Rahadin. Rahadin is already, of course, a terrible enemy, but I have no doubt that he could destroy us at any time, and so
He's a traitor.
he is. He's the worst kind. You heard the screams, yes?
How could I miss it? Are they of all the innocents he's killed?
I cannot pretend
Or
to
had killed.
fully understand the magic that causes that effect, but there is no question he has killed untold thousands of people.
We've learned that souls never leave this place.
That is my
So
understanding.
where did all the souls of the elves go? Surely they're not humans, or they could be. What if they're trapped with him?
They might be.
I'm trying to contain my rage.
As well. It is
I will comply.
is my only suggestion at this point is that we comply for now. Do your best to come up with some plan. You have powerful druidic magics. I do not believe the druids in these lands have your wild shape abilities, but they may know of them. So they may have some tactic in mind to try to prevent your escape using those methods. But I don't believe that they can do them themselves. So I think we cooperate for now. I will return to the Vistani camp and wait for word.
Well, let's just hope this doesn't end with me burning at the stake.
Yes. I will also attempt to get some sort of a message to your friends so that they know what is happening.
Okay.
I have faith that these druids are no match for you. This is not your destiny. We will find a way to save our people. But I believe that discretion is the better part of valor today.
As I said, I can't let people die for my pride. Especially not my people. Okay.
Rahadin just walks right up. You hear the screaming first start to well in as he approaches within about 30 feet, and he just says, "Well, decision made."
You know the answer.
Very well then. Casimir, Aragal will escort you back to the Vistani camp. And then, from out of the bushes, you see Aragal, the man who, and you recognize him if you hadn't picked up on the name already. Shadow, you recognize him as the man who brought the letter to you in that tavern that invited you to Barovia.
Aha!
Yeah, and he just says, "Nice to meet you again. I missed you when you passed through the, or rather, no, that wasn't his voice. Nice to meet you again. I missed you when you passed through our camp. Casimir kept you a secret. He's a very naughty elf." And
Couldn't you try to keep me all to yourself if you had the chance?
he winks at you. Well, it appears that my task is to take the boring one. But I imagine I will see you again. And so Casimir leaves with Aragal. And Rahadin says, "Very well, and now you and I will journey to Yester Hill to meet the druids. But first, I must ask you," and he leads you to a coach that actually looks like it's a strangely elongated coach pulled by two horses, and he opens the back, and there's a coffin in it. He says, "No tricks now. Please get inside."
In the coffin?
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you
You just
escaping on
creepy
me.
and morbid?
I was given directive to bring you to them alive or dead. I had to prepare for both occasions.
Can't I just sit next to the coffin?
And turn into a mouse and try to scamper away? Turn into a bear and try to overturn the cart? I don't think so.
As you said, if I do any of those things, you will kill my people.
Well, we've only just met. We have not yet established a rapport, a trust. So,
I would never trust someone who would kill his own kind. She sits into the coffin, glares at you,
lie down, please.
or him, whatever.
Lie down, please.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Yes, he does.
He closes it, and you realize that as he closes it, there is actually the top is not solid. There's a mesh screen, like over where your face would be, or you know where your face is, not where it would be, because it is there. So it's like a mesh screen, so you can see. And he says, "Don't worry, you'll be able to breathe just fine." But then you hear the sound of a lock. All right. I hope you're comfortable, and we will be on our way. All right. And so, with that, you begin your journey towards Yester Hill. And the rest of you, well, you know, your characters don't know, but we will now rejoin the rest of our party around sunset in the Abbey of St. Markovia. Okay, and right now, all of you are back up in the guard barracks portion in the upper floor of this abbey. And it is just sunset. And I believe the intention as we left things was that you were preparing to stay the night.
Yes, that was the intention.
Mm-hmm. You are currently accompanied by Irina Ismark and your new friends, Zia and his companion Esmeralda de Avenir. And so, unless you have, if you don't have anything that you wanted to do before settling in for the night, we can just go ahead and say that you're doing that.
Yep.
It's what, sunset, you said?
Yes.
It's still fairly early?
Yeah, it's like 7 o'clock, but the sun is going down.
And we do need to set a watch.
It would be best, I think.
I'll take first watch.
I'll take the last.
Well, I guess that puts me in the middle, doesn't it? Wait, we also have Honor Anubis to break the tie, perhaps. How many watches are we doing anyway? Is it 4? I never keep track of these things.
It's usually 3, isn't it?
Usually 3.
3.
12 hours. Gives us until dawn.
All right, well, I do need my rest. Reabsorb the light of the thunder. A little glow in the evening was nice. And of course, a prayer in whatever the abbot calls his central chamber there. That felt nice. I don't know if I trust the abbot. I don't even know if I know the abbot. Strange fellow. All of this is strange, really. What did we agree to again?
So, Esmeralda just says, for now, the abbot wants us to procure a wedding dress for his monstrous creation.
Oh, that.
That's right, we have to go shopping.
How could I ever forget that?
First thing in the morning, that's right.
Well,
Well, I don't.
he
I would
needs
imagine
it.
if there's one
He
here.
does not need it. That's not our plan for first thing in the morning.
No.
The plan that we had talked about was to go back to the winery and make a deal with them to get their gem back. And if we got that back, that they would send to the city and see if a wedding dress could be procured.
Do you mean what are the seeds?
What?
Where they make their wine from?
Yes.
Or was it a gem?
Yes. Well, the thing that protects their crops, yes. And get one of those back, and then ask a favor to investigate that for us, because we don't really want to go back to the city if we can avoid it.
True enough. I'm sorry I'm so scatterbrained. The day's events have unsettled me so. I've never seen an abbey in such a strange state.
Ismark says, yeah, we've seen so much, it feels like 2 weeks since we last spoke about this.
I've been thinking deeply on that. Time passes strangely.
So yes, that had been the plan as you left things, that Irina and Ismark would both continue to accompany you while you were going to do those things that you discussed. So that's the plan as you're settling in. So as you guys settle in and you set your watches, what I'm going to go ahead and say first is that everybody can go ahead and take the benefits of a short rest for now, if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's a short way of saying that there's definitely going to be an interruption, but you can do whatever hit dice or anything that you feel like you might need before that. I think is anyone actually down any hit points? I think Julius might be from the lightning.
Hold on, let me pull my sheet back up here. Yeah, I'm down 6.
Okay. Yeah, so I think all of our NPCs are... So you can roll hit dice if you like for that. So I'm just saying if anyone needs to. If not, then we'll go ahead and proceed.
Okay.
So all of you have gotten some rest. But it is around midnight. Stuff. It is around midnight when there is a knock on the door to this little barracks, and when you open it, it is Cloven, the two-headed mongrel folk, who is the one that feeds all the others and works with the abbot, and he kind of peers at you a little bleary-eyed and just says, Abbott wants to see you. He says he's got good news for you.
Good news.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night.
Well, someone came to see him. He said to get you guys is good news.
You wouldn't happen to have a spare glass of whatever the hell you've been drinking for the last day, would you? Just something to perk me up in the middle of the night.
He's like holding the neck of a half-full wine bottle that he's kind of just got like clutched to one chest. It's like,
Kind of thought he was a little bit in his cups.
yeah,
He offers me the bottle?
nah, the whole thing.
No. I'm just a wee little fella. I wouldn't take the whole thing. But and I wipe off the neck of the bottle quite studiously. Kind of brush it off with my sleeve, and then take the better route and hold out my flask and refill a bit of that instead of drinking directly from the bottle. There, that should do me fine. And I hand him back the bottle and empty the flask. Oh, that's terrible. What the hell is that?
This is the cheap stuff.
That's not cheap. I think it costs more. Like most of my soul for the night. I can't even feel my tongue.
Well, gets the job done.
I got something done.
So you guys coming or what? All you wake up, everyone. You're gonna want to hear this news, Abbott says.
That seems unlikely, but I suppose we'd better.
All right. Let's go.
All right,
Let's do
so
it.
rather than have you move your tokens, we're just going to go to the the other map. Um, you make your way along the battlements and then down to the chamber where you have previously spoken with the abbot. I've already taken the liberty of moving your tokens there. You.
Point of order: should I not be watching the stream just because it is, I think, your screen versus the?
Yeah, I think. Well, that is going to potentially reveal some like spoilery types of things if you do that. Is
Okay.
not like, as long as you're trying to avoid like metagaming that, then that's okay. But
What
if you
what I've
watch,
done
go ahead.
what I've done is shrunk the screen down so that the only thing on it is the row of our icons. And so I can see all your lovely faces, but I don't see any of any details on Christiana's stream.
Good idea.
Yeah,
What do you click on to do that?
just change the window size.
Yeah,
Okay.
just resize the window.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So all it is just the bar of people's faces.
Right.
Okay.
So, because what I want to have everybody see on the stream, of course, shows everything, and it is my view, so it will occasionally have things that might be slightly spoilery if I haven't discussed them yet. But what are you gonna do? At a certain point,
I like
you have
surprises.
to move on. So what you actually see, though, and in this case, the spoiler is actually not there yet, because we're going to see. But you actually, as you pass through the workshop, you see that Vasilka, the abbot's sort of creation, is actually sitting in the corner, kind of just staring into space up there, but not down there with the abbot. But you hear the abbot's voice kind of softly speaking, and he's talking to someone. And then as you go down into that room, you see that he is standing with a dark figure near the fireplace. And as the figure turns around, it is Strahd.
I look away.
All right.
Don't look at him.
Why am I getting a deja vu of that scene in Empire Strikes Back when Lando brings them into the conference room and Darth Vader is there?
I don't know. It could be a little bit like that, I guess. Does anyone want to try the Han Solo blaster right out there?
No.
I remember how well it worked for him. So.
Yeah. But yeah, so Strahd turns around and he looks up at all of you and sees Perry
Look away!
hiding his
Look away!
his eyes. And the abbot just says, "Ah, good, you're here. We have very good news. Strahd has agreed to a truce."
Of course he has.
Say what now? How could that monster agree to anything that I would trust?
And Strahd just says, "My former servant. You need not hide your eyes from me."
Don't you ever call me that again. I'll take you off of the knees if I have to.
I have promised the abbot to take no action against you while I am here. He assures me that you all will abide by the same promise.
Why are you here? Why would you desecrate this place of Lathander with your dark presence?
The abbot just says, "I have persuaded Strahd to give us a chance to complete our project. He promises to stop attempting to capture Irina, giving us 1 week to complete our project, and at which point he will choose, and I am certain he will choose Vasilka. And at that point everyone will be safe, and the curse will be ended." And Strahd just says, "I remain unconvinced of the outcome of this particular project. However, I am intrigued by your participation in this scheme. I would like to see how you contribute to this effort. And so, you have a week. I promise to take no hostile action against you in this time. And at the end of the week, I will choose Irina or Vasilka.
And what of your servants and all the others? Will you call them off too?
Well, not all within Barovia act at my direction. I cannot make promises for all within these lands. However, I will neither take any hostile action myself, nor direct anyone to do so.
At least some of the rumors aren't true then. And that part is something I'm going to build a house on. There's some that say that you're all-powerful here, but your own admission you're not.
He has kind of just a half smile, just says,
I don't see it.
well, let us say that when I choose, I can be reasonable.
And you think this might break the curse then? It'll undo what you've done, or make you some good person again.
As I mentioned before, I am unconvinced. However, I am willing to let the abbot make an attempt. And in the meantime, you guys realize Irina kind of didn't even really come all the way down the stairs. She's kind of backed into the corner, just looking pale, like staring in that direction. And he just says, "Irina, you need not fear me. As I have explained, I will take no action against you, nor attempt to convert you or compel you against your will. However, all of you must understand that it is my utmost concern that she remain safe during this week period. So you will have my word that I will not take any action against her, nor attempt to turn her or compel her. However, her safety must be assured, and so she will accompany me back to Castle Ravenloft."
Oh, no, that's not going to work.
And Strahd turns to the abbot and says, "Abbot, you told me that they would be reasonable." And the abbot just says, "I'm sure that we can come to some sort of an arrangement. I'm sure you all understand that in order to ensure that this effort has its best opportunity, we can't have him consumed with fear that his beloved will be killed in the meantime, not until we have Vasilka ready."
He can trust us as much as we trust him.
I'll not hand her over to you. I barely trust you as it is. And if you decide to change your mind, I've given you the one thing that I cannot let you have.
Esmeralda has kind of kept her... She's kind of maneuvered around to where she has her back to the exit, but is not running for it. She's just strategically located herself. And she says, "Vampires do tend to be lawful creatures. If he gives his word, I doubt he would explicitly break it. However, there is no question that there may be loopholes that he would attempt to conceal." And Strahd just kind of says, "Well, of course. But I will not break my promise. I will not harm Irina. I will not charm her. I will not compel her in any way, except that I must be assured of her safety, or else I will be forced to abandon this effort and resume my prior intent, which is to take her from you immediately."
You really think she might be safer with you than with us?
Most
Us
assuredly.
under your protection, no less. If you really want this to succeed, you'll do that.
No, she would be much safer with me.
Do you really think so? You, the target of all the ire of all the people in this land. I suppose to us, folks that at least modestly haven't pissed off too many people.
Yeah.
You are a fool. When she is under my protection, there is none that could harm her.
What if you were to, as a gesture of good faith, leave something of great value to you with us for the week?
I am intrigued by your question. Is there something you have in mind?
Help me out here, guys.
If it were tomorrow, I could tell if he was lying, but it's not.
You can make an insight check if you want.
I could do that part. Oh yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? I don't have zone of truth right now, so I can't.
Do I know of anything that would be precious
Megan,
to him?
do you...
History?
Yeah, you can make a history check. Well, so, of course, that means I have to think about it.
Oh,
16.
good.
That's a pretty good roll.
I fear he's telling the truth.
You with your insight, you get the sense that he is, as far as you can tell, he is 100% telling the truth. He is making a promise he intends to keep. Although, as Merelda said, you would not be surprised if there is some hidden wrinkle to it that you're not. That he's not necessarily giving you the whole truth, but what he's saying is true.
And he doesn't have any reason to lie. So, anyways.
And then as far as history, the only thing you can think of that is he would be likely to like have nearby is his horse Bucephalus.
You have a history with that horse.
Yeah.
You know that he has a flying demon steed.
Yes.
And that if he is here this far from Castle Ravenloft, he almost certainly rode it here.
I go over and whisper to Perry, to Julius. You could ask for his horse, if you want to. Do not ask for things you do not want.
I think that's a fair...
Are you serious? A horse for Irina?
It is the most valuable thing to him that he has present. If you want to do that, that's what you would ask for. But
Strahd?
Personally, I do not want the horse.
Strahd, I propose that you leave your horse with us. As a gesture of good faith, so that we will know that we will get Irina safely back when the week is over.
What is your intention? Are you intending that he stay here at the Abbey?
Yes.
He will not obey you. I can command him to remain here at the Abbey, but you will not be able to ride him.
What would happen if we tried to ride him?
You are free to attempt.
It would kill us.
It would try.
I have no intention of riding this horse. We just want to keep him here so that we can feel a little more assured that we will get Arena back safe and sound when the week is over.
It is
Now,
an
Irina,
interesting
can you-
proposal.
Can you agree to this, Irina? I'm looking at her. I'm have my back to Strahd.
She is, she just looks terrified. She's just like, I don't want to go with him, but I don't know what else to do.
It will
What
give
if,
us.
what if she were to stay here? Apparently can get to the Abbey when you need to.
And the abbot just says, "Yes, Strahd, I could ensure that she remains here under my protection." Make a persuasion check on that. Well, so Strahd looks utterly unpersuaded by that. At the moment. What I will say though is because the abbot is potentially on your side, if you guys can make another case with more like information, like why, more detail, like what is the actual arrangement here? How would this all work? Because right now Strahd is saying she will be much safer with me, safer than anywhere else in Barovia.
I will say that it probably failed because Perry doesn't trust the Abbot either.
Could be.
Could be.
For reasons.
Okay, how about this? Strahd, you seem to have a certain amount of faith in the Abbot. And you're concerned for Irina's safety, so are we. If you trust the Abbot to take good care of her, within the walls of the Abbey here, she won't venture outside the walls of the Abbey. Not an easy place for people to get to. Most human people. The supernatural, obviously, you have an easier time than others. But outside of you, it's pretty difficult for people to get into the Abbey. So if we were to agree to leave her under the supervision, not under our supervision, but under the supervision of the Abbot, she will be safe for the week. You won't have to worry, and neither will we.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
12.
The abbot does, turn to Strahd as well and say, Strahd, you know that I am an honest man, and my interest is in ending the curse on these lands above all else. And I have faith, though I know you do not share it, that my effort will succeed. And so, in a show of goodwill, I swear that I will ensure no harm comes to Irina while under my protection. Will that be satisfactory? It sounds as though there is agreement from these others that they will not interfere. And Strahd kind of narrows his eyes a little bit and says, she will remain here for the week? Very well. I will command Bucephalus to wait here for the week. Irina can remain here for the week as long as I have your solemn swear, Abbot, that she will not leave these grounds and no harm is to come to her. Then we are at an accord. All of you are permitted to do what you like to assist the abbot with his efforts. And so long as you take no aggressive action towards me or my servants, I will take no aggressive action towards you, nor direct others to do so, for 1 week.
You'll direct your servants not to interfere with us. Not just not direct them to get in our... What the hell did I say? Yes. Oh, that was terrible wine. It is not just about you stepping back and not telling them actively to go hunt us, but telling them to actively not hunt us. Wait, is that... Yes, that makes sense. That's it.
As a
You tell them to stand
gesture-
down.
As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you that a directive I gave one of my servants before our accord is still underway. And I will share this information with you as a sign of good faith. There are a number of druids in Yester Hill. I understand you are already familiar with some of their activities. They have a very important ritual planned for tonight. They do it in my honor, though not at my direction. I received a request to deliver your friend Shadow to them. She destroyed one of their artifacts. You see, they were very upset. So my man, Rahadin, has delivered her to them to assist with their ritual. They intend to do this ritual tonight, but not until I arrive. My manservant is no longer involved. I will not tell him to assist. I will not attack you in any way, however. I will even allow you the use of my coach to travel to her and do what you like. But I intend to oversee how the evening turns out.
So these druids conducting some sort of terrible ceremony tonight, of all nights. We can stop them without your accord being broken. We can rescue our friend.
Yes. These druids they worship me because I am master of these lands. However, I do not find them dignified. They intend to honor me with this ritual. I am amused to observe their efforts. But, as a sign of goodwill, I will not interfere with your attempt to interrupt their ritual.
What is this ritual? What are they trying to do?
Well, you'll just have to go and find out, won't you?
We done here?
Be forewarned. Once I arrive, they will begin their ritual. So if you would like to arrive before that, you best hurry.
Well, you're on foot without your coach and your horse, so that should take some time.
I have my ways.
Don't use them. Don't use any of them. Take your 2 feet and remember what it was to be mortal, you bastard.
He, his face kind of darkens at that and just says, I am from a royal bloodline. You would do well to remember that. I promise to take no hostile action, but that does not permit such rudeness. It will be remembered.
And I promised, or I am promising, I suppose, to be part of this accord and help the abbot with his plan. But I never promised to be nice to you. And I've seen what you've done to these people. I've seen royal blood fail before. And I pull out the wig that's stuffed into my pocket. And I've seen the fall of nobles before, too.
You hold no power over me, priest. I have made a promise and I will keep it. That promise does not include walking. And with that, he turns into a bat and flies out the window.
Well, that's just cheating. Folks, we have to move. Shadow's in trouble. And whatever these damn druids decided to do, we gotta put them out of their misery. Irina, you're gonna be safe here.
she says, well, given the available choices, I guess so.
Your brother should stay with you.
I can actually make
Well-
Strahd's token change into a bat.
Oh, weird.
But he flew away.
We now have 1 week to. We now have 1 week to defeat Strahd.
And the
Well,
abbot
first
just
things-
beams at you and says, yes, I told you it was good news.
First things first, we'll look for a wedding dress tomorrow. Tonight, we've got to rescue our friend. Where's that damn coach?
It's outside in the courtyard.
And how far away is this, what the hell did he call it?
Esmeralda says, Yester Hill is, well, it would be a few hours' journey. It's past the winery from here. On foot, it would be a few hours. If the coach is fast, then it may be less. But if Strahd is already flying there, he does not have to take the roads.
Then
Right.
let us not delay. Let's move. I know where it is. Let's go.
All right, so you guys head out, and there is, in fact, a coach there that you see. Bucephalus, the nightmare steed, is standing in the courtyard, kind of by itself. It's very quiet in the courtyard. All of the mongrel folk that are out there that usually would kind of scream and yell at you while you were out there are totally silent. There's also a big black coach drawn by 2 big draft horses, and so there is room for all of you to pile in. Ismark is coming with you. Irina is remaining behind. Esmeralda
Oh,
is
Ismark
coming with you.
is coming with us?
He's torn. What do you guys? He asks your opinion. What you guys think he should do? He believes that the abbot could keep Irina safe, and that you may need all the help you can get, but he's not sure.
If he's willing to come, then he should come. I would not compel him to come with us, but if he's willing to come, then he should come. We should not delay.
Could use the extra pair of hands.
Get on the coach or do not. Now is the time.
All right. So you guys pile into the coach, and as it starts, there's no one apparently driving it, but the horses seem to know where they're going. So
I can
I would
try.
imagine you guys are kind of trying to be aware to make sure it's not taking you somewhere unexpected, but at least as far as you can tell, it is going where you want it to go.
Wait a second. Is this a driverless coach?
It is.
How high tech?
You don't trust them; they might run into
And
it.
especially going down this very steep switchback road, back towards Kresk from the Abbey. It's going kind of terrifyingly fast. It feels very unsteady, and yet you don't seem to have any influence on the speed or direction that the coach is taking you.
Does it even have reins?
Nope.
Oh crap!
Does it have motion sickness bags?
You probably need them. But so you are making your way down, and you get down into Kresk. It just drives right through the center of town. You actually hear a couple of people having to jump out of the way, and then the gate guards have thoughtfully opened the gate for it to leave, and it does not even slow down.
This is definitely not going to help our reputation in Kresk. I'm just saying.
Well, nobody can really see you. You're inside the coach, but still, yeah. A lot of bad stuff has happened since you guys showed up.
So you can't stay longer as they slam the gate shut behind us.
Yeah. So you guys, as far as you can tell, following the road, let me direct us back over to the map of Barovia, just to kind of show you guys where we're going here. Oops, we're very zoomed in here. Okay, so you guys are currently up here in Kresk, and you are racing along the road, and you take the branch south. Once you cross this bridge, you do take the right branch that's going to take you in the direction of the winery, and then you know that past it, those of you who know the area know that you just don't take the branch that leads to the winery from there, and it takes you to Yester Hill. So you are on your way, but it's a rapid fire journey. Like I said, the coach is going kind of alarmingly fast, but that's probably good. In the meantime, Shadow, as you were undertaking this same passage earlier, and you wouldn't have any way to know, but I'll tell you that it was the same coach. But you realized as you were under this rocky coach that you started to kind of smell something while you were in this coffin, and you realized that there was some sort of a very subtle odor in the coffin, but as you started to smell it, you recognized, perhaps just a little bit too late, that it was some sort of a narcotic gas, and you were falling asleep.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. So,
Wait, does that mean I get a full rest?
you know what? I'll allow it.
See, it never hurts.
I don't think I needed one, but
Yeah.
Where's that laughing gas? I need the laughing gas.
So,
because I really wanted to just turn into a cat to give myself more space, but I couldn't. I'm like, but I'm not gonna waste that. But no, that's funny. By the way, before we move on, in the chat, when everybody got to that meeting, we've got 2 viewers. We've got Paulette and somebody under the name of Rose Thistle.
Oh, that's probably
and,
Rosemary.
Yeah, that's Rose
Ah,
Thistle.
excellent. Yeah, I'm Rosemary. Awesome. Rosemary says, "Ack, run away." And Paulette says,
too late.
"Arrow to the knee, arrow to the knee." Rosemary says that Strahd is such a creep,
Yeah, well.
which I agree with.
Yeah. So you guys are headed on your way there, but so you found yourself falling asleep, Shadow, and so as you start slowly becoming aware, you have kind of scattered thoughts, bits and pieces here and there. So I'm getting messages. Okay, yeah. If those of you who are having technical difficulties, if you need to log out and come back in, that's fine. I'll send you a new invite if you need it. But so as you're kind of drifting in and out of consciousness a little bit under the influence of whatever this substance is, and so you vaguely recall kind of the lurching and thumping as this coach starts going uphill over like a much rougher road for a while, and then the coach opens and there's kind of a jolt as the coffin is pulled out. You remember hearing various voices, and then you hear the coach driving away. You see a face covered with like thick blue-black mud, like crusting all over, leaning down and looking, like peering at you through this mesh, and just says, "Ah, yes, excellent." And then you find the coffin has kind of been propped up, and by the time you're starting to like come out of it for real, you find that you are still locked in this coffin, but you are starting to kind of come back to consciousness. This stuff is worn off, and you realize that the sun has gone down. You're not sure quite what time it is, but what you can see outside of the through the little mesh window is that you are in a circle of very large stones. Here, let me go ahead and move everyone to the map. As I load this map, I want everyone to be aware that this is a very large map and the scale is a little bit funky. Each square is 50 feet on this map. So you are in the center right here. Oops, got the wrong thing. If you're right here, Shadow.
Mhm.
So for scale, like I said, this ring of stones is not 20 feet across. It is 200 feet across. This is a big map. Just want that to be clear because if and
Yeah.
when combat breaks out, it
I
needs
can't
to.
even. I can't even
Wow.
scale out any further than 200%, and
Yeah.
it's still like the tokens are huge.
Yeah. So what you see is that there's a lot of uh, magical torch-like sticks set up around this huge map, and you can see that they've propped this coffin that you're in against something. But what you can see outside of it is an enormous wooden statue of some kind. You can't quite see its full figure, but it seems to be vaguely humanoid in shape. It's like 50 feet tall. And you can only kind of see just sort of like the lower half of it through the little mesh. And you see various druids kind of doing miscellaneous activities outside.
Okay. I'm starting to think they don't actually need me to do anything. They just need my body here. I'm still in the coffin, yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So are they? You're not going to alert them to your awakeness?
No.
Okay. So
I'm
you're just
gonna
kind of
observe.
just watching then.
Yep.
Okay. You see that they're definitely preparing for some sort of a ritual, but you also, after watching for a little while, realize that some of them seem to be kind of just doing busy work, like they're waiting for something to start, as opposed to furiously trying to rush to complete something. Like they're waiting for something, so they're kind of keeping busy while that happens, but they're not. So they're preparing for something, but something else will initiate it that's not clear. All right. So, the rest of you we're going to go back up to the northeast corner, way up here. Can everybody see on the map here?
Yep.
And
Uh-huh.
scrolling up.
Great. Make sure this is coming through on the stream. It doesn't.
Oh, yep, I
the-
see. Okay.
It's a slightly weird quirk of the way this software works that I literally cannot make the map center as much as I want it to be. So the stream makes it. You guys can't. Everyone's just okay. Here, no, I know. I'm gonna solve this problem just by doing this. You guys are just closer. All right.
If only it were always that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, that
you
thing's
guys.
going pretty fast.
Yeah. So let me read what you guys are encountering as the coach. The coach starts going over a much rockier road, and it's still going very fast, alarmingly fast. But then it kind of screeches to a stop. At least from inside the coach, you can't really see anything other than just more road. But the trail through the thick woods leads to a hill. So, like, as you get out, because the coach clearly stopped, the road leads to a hill covered with dead grass and cairns of black rock. Dark, ominous clouds gather high above, and a single bolt of lightning strikes the hilltop. West of the hill, the land, the woods, and the sky vanish behind a towering wall of fog. And it would be very dark, hard to see almost any of this, except that there are an enormous number of lit torches within this circle of stones atop this hill. And you don't actually hear any activity other than kind of the rumble of thunder. It's not raining, it's kind of a dry thunderstorm right now.
Uh,
Coach couldn't take us up the hill, could it?
I was going to say, should we approach the hill? I'm trying to decide whether that's a good idea or not.
Clearly, this is the hill. This is where they're going. We should be hurrying. Come on.
All right.
Yes,
So
I
you're
suppose.
starting to make your way up the hill then?
Yes.
We do need to get there before Strahd does, so I guess
So
so.
you're
Yeah.
hurrying. You're not being stealthy.
Yes.
Okay.
No time to lose.
All right. So you guys start to make your way up the hill. Dirt trails run along two concentric rings of cairns. Let me zoom the map out a little bit because, just like I said, this is a big map. So, two concentric rings of cairns that encircle the hillside, and each one of these little piles of stones is a 10-foot high mound of slimy black rocks. You guys are making your way up the hill. Honor, you,
Yes.
as you are making your way up, you hear a whisper, a deep voice carried on the wind. Long have I waited, it says, for one who is worthy. My spear hungers for blood. Retrieve it and rule these mountains in my stead, just like the mighty warriors from the early days of the Whispering Wall. And you feel kind of a magical pull driving you to kind of off to the left, one of these cairns in the outer ring. You feel your attention magically drawn to it.
Okay, and Anubis and I are gonna sneak off. I was actually thinking about this a little bit earlier, that somebody at least should circle around and see if they can come in from behind while everybody else is rushing the castle walls, as it were. So Anubis and I are going to go off to the left and follow.
Okay. Are you telling us that's your plan?
Yep, that's what I'm telling you that's what my plan is that we're going to see what this is all about, and I'm going to circle farther around and come in from the western side.
I can make sure they're paying more attention
We
to
must
us.
wait. We must have a signal so that we know that you are in position.
I don't even know what position that's going to be in, other than hunkered down and hopefully out of sight.
You will likely reach your position after we do if you are circling around. Call like a raven when you are there.
I will certainly attempt to.
Okay, so you, I was definitely thinking character left, Honor, so I'm going to kind of move you to, no, you're moving it the other way. So left on the map is, I'm thinking character left as you are heading southwest.
Yes.
Okay.
But, so I'm taking you to the cairn that you felt drawn to.
Mm-hmm.
And as you approach it, you definitely realize that there is something buried under this pile of rocks that you are it's calling to you. And so are you going to attempt to dig it up?
I want Anubis to make an investigation check first
Okay.
to see what his opinion about this is.
All right.
Should it be
Yes.
investigation or
Carry all the
insight?
bones.
Well, this would be investigation.
This would be investigate. Okay. Ignore the bite.
Yeah.
Too bad
well,
he would have done some damage.
Tastes like rocks. He sniffs at it and at your direction and seems to not necessarily. He acts like he doesn't understand why it smells uninteresting to him.
Okay.
No doper bombs there, dog.
What you
Well, he's
can
not
tell
trained for
looking
that.
at it is that this, just visually, this cairn doesn't seem to be any different from the others. It looks like it's been there for hundreds of years. It's just it's really just a pile of large rocks.
Okay,
but-
I'll try and dig it up.
All right. So you, the rocks are not so big that you can't kind of pull some aside, and you do still feel a little bit like magic is kind of guiding your hands a little bit. And then what you, let's see. what you uncover is a skeleton, moldy skeleton. Everything flesh or normal clothing has long since rotted away, but clutched within its hands is a spear. And let me, let's see, let me see if there's a description for you. So, and as soon as you touch it, you immediately know that this spear, well, no, okay, you don't know this yet. What you see is it is a long spear that seems to still have dried blood on it, even after however long it's been buried here.
Mm-hmm.
But it has kind of a vaguely tribal look, and yet it's clearly magical.
Okay. And I do not have detect evil.
Oh, if I were closer, I've got divine sense.
Yeah, but you didn't say anything, so there you go.
I'll.
She's fine.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yeah.
So what I'll say though is that it would require attunement. You could use it as a spear right now for sure, but its magical properties will require attunement, and then you would know more about it.
Okay. I'll go ahead and take it because one more weapon is definitely not going to hurt, but I'm not going to equip it. I'm just going to try and wedge it between my back and my pack and see what happens.
All right. So you are going
That'll
to
make things interesting.
yeah. Okay, so you have taken that, and right now I would just say put in your inventory that magic spear or something like that, and when you attune to it, I'll give you the the full description.
All you need is a magic helmet.
Spear a magic helmet.
I'll go for magic shoes, actually. I had a lot of fun with magic shoes one time.
All right, so I would say then you guys, as long as you so the rest of you then now have kind of a slightly different plan, right? Because you were just hurrying, but now you're waiting for a signal. So what are you doing in the meantime?
Well, I'm not really waiting for a signal.
we're still climbing the hill.
Okay.
But
Where was the coach? Is the coach way behind us now? I mean, or
Well, so yeah, you've left the coach a couple hundred yards back now.
okay,
yeah,
okay.
we're
I want to make sure.
going to keep
Okay,
on
so
going up the hill.
Yeah,
we're going to keep on going up the hill.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay.
So
you continue to make your way up the hill. Let's see.
Just going to check my weapons inventory here.
All right. So as
I assume that we can see the lights and things up there.
yes, there's clearly a lot of fire and torches and everything, but you actually you don't see any people. And what I'll also say for you, Shadow, is that at some point all of the people who are kind of messing around kind of moved and stopped doing what they were doing and kind of just left where you hit your field of vision, and you don't see where they are anymore. So you guys, as you're approaching the top of the hill, atop the hill is a wide ring of black boulders and smaller rocks that collectively form a makeshift wall enclosing a field of dead grass. Lightning strikes the edge of the ring from time to time, illuminating a ghastly 50-foot-tall statue made of tightly woven twigs and packed with black earth. The statue resembles a towering, cloaked man with fangs. And what you realize is that on a pyre, like a bonfire pyre, facing this statue is a coffin. And you're still too far away to really get a good look at it, because remember, these squares are like still 50 feet across, so you guys are
Okay.
still like, several hundred feet away.
I think we need to hurry up this hill.
Yep, keep going.
All right. So Honor, I would say go ahead and move to wherever you're wanting to move, but I guess let me know where you're trying to go.
I'm trying to get to this eastern. Eventually, I'm going to be right here.
Okay. Well, so I'll say that if you're not going all the way around, you're just kind of going off to one side.
Right.
Okay. So you
And
can
using
go ahead
using these guys as cover.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you don't see anybody around. Although you can see that Anubis's anxiety level is going up a little bit. Like he smells something, but he's not sure where.
Mm-hmm. Is it something familiar? Like we've encountered it before? With horrible results?
A little bit, yeah. But I don't know how you would necessarily communicate that to you specifically.
Yeah.
But we'll say you have, he gives you the sign of like he's picked up the trail of something. Okay, so you guys, as you approach closer, let's see. Let's go ahead and get you guys. You're just outside this ring. Well,
Okay.
and you can go ahead and move up there too, Honor. And just as you're approaching the ring, you see a bat fly in, and then land in the center of the circle, and then poof, transform into Strahd. Let me go ahead and put him there. Just say, and then he stands there and he looks around. He looks up at the statue. Druids, I have come as you requested. Do what you will do. And then he just stands there. But all the rest of you from various places all around the circle here. This is going to take me a second. You hear like rocks tumbling, and you realize that hidden under layers of dirt, almost like graves, there's a bunch of people like coming up above the ground, like they had buried themselves and now are arising.
Oh, great. The zombie apocalypse.
All right, so there's a whole bunch of these guys, so let me take a moment to do this.
Hey, no background music this week?
I hear it.
Hear it? It's quiet right
Yeah.
now, but
I hear it. It's loud. Yeah.
It's coming through the Roll20 though, not through
Yeah.
the Hangout.
Yeah, no, I'm on the Roll20.
By the way, do I sound better now? I know I was
Yes.
crackling.
Yes.
before.
Yeah, actually,
Yes.
yeah.
Good.
all right.
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you,
so-
Tabletop Audio, for creepy music.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I'm not sure why I'm not getting it. Let's say there must be some setting I've turned off.
In fact, actually, that's a reminder that I was going to change the music up for this this bit. All right. All right. So you hear the shifting of dirt and rocks from all over the hill as these figures, just filthy, covered in dirty mud and earth and rotting hides, all just start converging on the circle, and you hear you hear sort of a chanting that they're saying something that you can't quite make out yet as they're too far away.
Shouldn't the background music for this be Thriller?
Quick question.
Yeah.
The mesh on my coffin,
Yes.
is it like a screen?
Yeah, it's the holes are maybe like half an inch.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, think about those, like the old-fashioned Catholic church confessional screens,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
like metal.
That gives me plenty of space. Okay. Um.
Plenty. All right.
Yeah. So I'd like to cast a spell, if that's okay.
Sure.
I'd like to cast Barkskin.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And hang on, let me do this. Beep, 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 beep. Eh.
Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's just have everybody roll initiative,
Okay.
and we'll just
Okay.
we'll do that. So let's set up the turn tracker here. Need to get rid of this old stuff. So there's now nothing in the turn tracker. Oh, you guys all
Okay.
just rolled already, but let me.
Well, I mean, what I keep forgetting is that I need to click my token and then click the initiative.
Yes,
And it
I
won't
forgot
work
to do
unless
that
I do
too.
that.
Oh, is that what we have to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got an error message saying that. I'm gonna re-roll
All right.
just as soon as I find my token. I gotta
Yeah,
make
that
the map
helps.
smaller.
All right.
Who am I?
All right. Let's see. Got
Yeah,
a
here
lot
we
of
go.
stuff going on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Zoom in on
By the way,
map,
thank you,
that's not
Paulette.
good.
Now I have that song in my head, and it's conflicting with the background music. She posted something familiar, something peculiar, something for everyone. An adventure tonight.
All right. So yeah, I've got stuff going on here, so it's gonna take me a little bit to get us all set up. But yeah, stuff is now going to start to go down.
While you're setting that up, I can also say that Rosemary also gave us all hugs earlier, but after Honor picked up the staff, oh yeah, definitely pick up the creepy talking spear clutched in the dead guy's hands. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, there is a little thing I could click on for initiative rather
What
than
could possibly
text.
go wrong?
Okay.
I tell you, having the Twitch chat open is highly entertaining.
All right.
No, you're not looking at the screen, are you?
No, I just have the chat.
Okay.
And when I in previous sessions, anytime I go AFK, I just turn on the sound and I listen to what you guys are doing while I'm walking away, so I don't miss anything. Because I do it on my phone.
All right. So let's see.
That's just a good idea because at some point I'm going to need more tea here.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I was thinking the same thing.
I'll be out of the roll 20 for a second as I got to restart it. The map was
Okay.
getting screwed up.
Berserker. I need. All right. Yeah. So that's okay. We've got a lot to set up here for this. Need my druids.
All right, while you do that, I am going to step away and get my tea.
And berserkers. Okay, so
Actually, this sounds like an opportune moment. I'll be right back.
yeah, it probably is. If you need to take a brief break, this is
Well,
after
yeah.
these messages. I'll be right back. Okay, so berserker needs 18.
Every time I hear Berserker, I want to respond with, "What a Wookiee!" I'm the only one who gets that. Clerks.
Oh, okay.
Berserker.
Oh, right.
What a Wookiee!
Okay, so does everybody have their initiative correctly reflected on the turn order now?
Yep. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, we don't have everybody back yet. Now is the actual time that we're ready, and now everyone's doing their thing. That's all right. So we will
Don't hide.
we will I will continue to set the scene a little bit. Yeah, there's an electricity in the air, even more so than when you first came up, but like the lightning is actually striking the outside of this stone circle semi-regularly, like there's a new bolt every few minutes. And ever since Strahd presented himself and these figures started digging up, you can feel a magical sort of electric energy in the air that something has definitely begun already. And so you guys are, once we actually have initiative, we'll decide specifically what you guys are doing.
I am back.
All right, great. First it's Esmeralda's turn. And I think she immediately is going to recognize the coffin as a potential problem area. So she's going to dash.
Quick, destroy the coffin.
But bear in
And
mind
everything inside of it.
So I think what we're going to do for movement, as far as this goes, is 50 feet is kind of an awkward size for, So what I'll say is, if you dash, you can move like a whole square worth. If you are just using your normal movement, you can basically move like from one quadrant of a square to another quadrant of the square.
Yeah.
So Esmeralda is dashing toward the coffin with her turn. Ismark is going to do the same. And then you also get the sense that it's the Berserker's turn, and they are doing the same thing from their various spots around the circle here. They're all converging on the center. All right. Yeah, and then the druids are doing the same, and they just coincidentally ended up with their turns adjacent to each other. A lot of activity for me. All right. Okay. So, Julius, you're up.
I'm up. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. How close are we to the druids?
Each of those squares is 100 feet.
Well,
okay.
50 feet.
50.
50 feet. Okay.
Yeah. So they're all around, and they're chanting something that you can't quite make out as they're so far away right now. But you are basically 100 feet from the opening to this this stone circle where the statue and the coffin on the pyre is.
Okay. I want to use my divine sense, get some idea, because we can't understand what they're chanting, right?
Right.
What's the range on your defense?
I think it's only like 60 feet.
Oh, it is? Oh, shoot. Hold on. I've got it bookmarked here. Oh, yeah, you're right. 60 feet. Okay, then I just continue getting closer. Just continue to approach the circle.
Okay, are you dashing?
No, I'm being cautious.
Okay. All right. So you can take an action if you want still then.
No, I'm going to hold my action for now.
Well, okay, so if you're holding an action, are you waiting for like a trigger, or are you just going to not take an action?
I'm not taking an action.
All right. Nutty, Shadow rather. You are in this coffin, and you can cast Barkskin now if you want.
Yes.
Okay.
So I cast Barkskin, and then I would like to transform into an insect.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick a fruit fly, just
All
because
right.
it's tiny, and fly through the mesh.
Okay. All right.
And
So
I'm head towards my friends.
Okay. So I'll say you're gonna you can make it to here, but you are no longer in this coffin.
Nope.
All right.
And I'm really, really tiny.
Yeah. None of you see anything.
Yeah.
No. I assume that when a druid goes over to the coffin, he's going to be like, where'd she go?
Strahd is just standing there with his arms folded, basically like, all right, show up. I'm here. Impress me. Zia, your turn.
I'm going to run past Julius. Oh, sorry. I'm going to run past Julius.
I just realized that I didn't get Perry on the initiative tracker. Should be 16, so he should have had his turn already. So let me add him to the tracker. We'll still let you do your turn now, Zia, and then Perry, but then we'll resume to the correct order next time. So sorry to interrupt you right when you were doing something.
Actually, no. I'm going to move up. I'm going to make a regular move and cast Mage Armor.
Okay. All right. Perry.
All right. Now, you said these squares are bigger than normal, right?
Yeah, they're 50 feet. Instead
that's
of,
not
like, normal would be, like, 5 feet. So it's like 10 times the scale normally. So your normal movement speed, you can basically move, like, 1 quadrant of one of these.
Yeah. A half a square.
Yeah. For convenience,
And she's being
what I'll
generous.
say is that, like, normal movement, half a square, dash movement, full square. And we'll dispense with the other, little bits of that.
All right. And aside from Strahd, there's no one else in that space.
Not yet. There is the coffin that's on something that looks like it's designed to be set on fire, though.
I'll start running over in that direction then. So I'll dash and even move my own. Where the hell am I? Oh, there I am. Never mind. That's a lot
This
farther
this
away.
one's you there. Yeah.
There we go. So I'll dash up as far as I can go.
All right. Okay, Honor, you are up.
Cause like a raven.
All right.
And then I'm going to take my heavy crossbow and try to hit this druid.
Okay.
I think that's a druid. Is that a druid?
Remind me the range of your. Yes, this is a druid. Remind me
That's
the
a
range of
long
your
way off.
crossbow, because remember that's going to be like 500 feet away.
Not quite that much. If it's 50, then that would be.
Oh,
that would be 100.
You're right. You're right.
150 maybe.
Yeah, you're right.
No.
I was doing it wrong. So, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250.
Yeah.
That's beyond range.
Yeah. If you want, you can. Well, so like, what is the range of your heavy crossbow? Do you remember?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think we might have it on your sheet. Let's see.
Range 100 to 400 feet.
Oh, okay. So 400. Yeah. So you would be at disadvantage if you make it at this range.
Okay. I've got a berserker person that's closer, but I kind of want to stop the spell casting a little bit more.
I mean, you can still make the attack, but you'll just have to roll at disadvantage.
Okay. Well, let me roll at disadvantage, and I will cross my fingers.
Okay.
Aiming for this guy right here. Actually, he's on a downslope, so I should have. I shouldn't have to worry about disadvantage because he has no
that's not how it
cover.
works. But he's 400. He's 250 feet away.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
That's a long way. That's
Yeah,
like
that's a
almost whole
long
football
way.
field.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you're arching this shot up at like a 30-degree angle.
Yeah. So unfortunately, with disadvantage, your bolt goes wide, and there's no effect.
Okay.
All right. Anubis, is he going to do anything or?
I think he's gonna dash closer.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we're back up at the top of the order. Esmeralda is continuing her target of she is dashing towards the coffin with the assumption that that's probably where Shadow is. They were told the friend of the party is somewhere here. That seems like the likely spot, so that's what she's doing. Ismark is going to do the same. Okay, and the berserkers are continuing to dash in towards this direction as well. In fact, both the druids and the berserkers are doing that, so I'm just going to move all of them right now. And as they're starting to get a little closer, you can hear that they're definitely all chanting something, and they're kind of creepily in unison for how far away they started from each other. You still can't quite make out the words, but it's something kind of with a rhythm of da 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 da.
Dun 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 dun.
All right.
It's got a good beat, but you can't dance to it.
Okay. All right. So they're all coming towards you guys. Perry, you're up.
I want to get behind the rocks, so I'm going to dash again.
Okay.
And I dash a little bit further in.
All right. Okay, and so Julius, you're up.
Okay, I want to cast Bless on Perry's out of range, right? So it's just Zia who's within.
Yeah, I think
it's 30 feet. Yeah.
Oh, is it 30 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'll say I'll make the allowance that if you want to, like, move here, I'll let you say Ismark and Perry and Zia are within the 30-foot range.
Okay, great. Now, do I have to click on their icons and then click on Bless to cast it, or?
No, I think in this case, you're
It's
not
just
going to
understood.
really cast it on them, but they know that. Yeah.
Okay.
So as long as Julius is maintaining concentration on Bless, Ismark, Zia, and Perry, when you make an attack roll or a saving throw, you can. Or is it not saving throws? Is it just?
It says whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before
Yep.
spell end, target can roll a d4 and add that number to the attack
Yep.
roll or the saving throw.
Yep. All right. So just remember that you
Okay.
have been blessed.
And this spell lasts for up to a minute.
Yeah, as long as you maintain concentration.
Yes.
All right. All right. Shadow.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue.
She's looking for a banana to land on.
Yeah, but heading back towards where they all came from, because I'm thinking I want to be outside of this circle if
Okay.
I am important to it. So I'm just gonna
Yeah.
keep going that way.
So I'm gonna say that, like, even at max speed as a fruit fly, you can still only go half a square.
Yeah. I would have gone to like a dragonfly because they're the fastest, but I wouldn't have fit outside the mesh because they're an inch. So plus I wouldn't have the stealth.
All right. Strahd is continuing to just wait and see what happens. Zia.
That berserker is still a long way off. I'm going to move up basically to the same square that Julius is in, but I'm
Okay.
not putting it under him because I don't want to get confused with all
Sure,
that.
sure.
Yeah. So the berserker's not going to get to me this round. So
Nope.
okay.
All right. Was that a dash action or?
Yes,
Okay.
dash.
All right. Honor.
Let's see. 1, 2.
Basically,
I'm gonna-
if it's 3 squares away, you don't have disadvantage.
Okay, I'm gonna take a step forward and then try to hit this berserker with the heavy crossbow.
All right. Make your attack roll. And yeah, that's a hit.
That's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
8 piercing.
All right. You see your crossbow bolt graze along his shoulder, and he grunts, and you can hear his grunt of pain stop him from chanting briefly.
Okay, so the berserkers are also chanting.
All of them are chanting. Yeah.
All of them are chanting. Okay. And then, no, I don't think Anubis is close enough to do the coordinated attack, is he?
No, he has to be within melee range, but otherwise that's how it would work, yeah.
Okay. So he's going to dash closer.
All right. Okay. You guys, as they're getting closer, now you are definitely hearing that what they're chanting is winter, splinter, winter, splinter. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anybody have any idea what that means?
No idea.
Esmeralda has reached the base of this statue, and she is starting to kind of climb up to this pyre to try to see if there's anyone in the coffin. Ismark is coming up that way too. Those of you who can see it see that there's actually smoke starting to trickle up from this pyre where the coffin's on top of. Like a fire has been lit underneath it is starting to show.
No.
Luckily, Shadow is, we know as players that Shadow has already escaped, but the rest of you, as far as you can tell, that she would be in there.
Right. Does anybody have a fire extinguishing
the logical
spell?
guess. All right, so next we have the
So, I'm sorry,
Berserkers.
they just set the coffin on fire?
No, there's
There's
a pyre, like a bonfire
brush
that
underneath it.
the coffin
Yeah.
was sitting on top of,
Ah, okay.
and that is starting to smoke.
Right.
The Berserkers.
I knew they wanted to burn me.
They sure did. All right, the Berserkers are racing in. And I'm actually not going to do both the Berserkers and the Druids at the same time, because technically Perry gets to move in between them, so that's not... this Berserker sees Anubis coming at him, and he's going to come up and try to attack Anubis with his great axe. But a 12 I don't think hits Anubis.
12. I don't think it's supposed to hit, but for some reason his armor class is weaker than it was.
Oh, you know what? That's probably related to this changes to the character sheet that they did. That probably messed that all up. His AC was supposed to be 16.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so we'll try to figure that out later, but you remember that it's 16, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Is that barking coming from someone else? Because it's
Nope.
not on the ambiance, is it?
That is downstairs in my house.
Okay, I was just trying to, for a second I was thinking, is that barking on the ambiance? Because that's kind of a weird...
That's my dog.
I have 16.
Yeah. Alright, so it was this Berserker attacked with his great axe, but Anubis was too agile for him, and he jumped out of the way. Alright, and I moved this guy already, right? Yeah,
Yes.
He wasn't that close before. Alright, okay, so the Berserkers have moved. Now, Perry, it's your turn.
Almost there.
Alright, yeah, so you are basically standing at the base of this giant statue now, which, as you look at it, you can kind of gather that it looks about as much like Strahd as a 50-foot statue made of twigs and rope could be made to look. It seems clear
It's
that was the
artistic in a
intention,
horrible
but
sort of
it's
way.
kind of
Yeah.
it is also still kind of horrible. Yeah. But yeah,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Strahd is not offended by this.
Kind of called them dirty savages earlier.
Yeah.
That's true, he did.
All right. The Druids, it's their turn now. They're moving in. I need to remind myself what they can actually do. complicated with all of these guys. I have to just move all the way around this long map. All right.
Well, some of them could spontaneously disappear.
Well, yeah, good. Well, you guys can kill some of them and make my life easier.
Where's that simplify spell? I need that simplify spell.
I'm
Make
working
James'
on that.
life easier. There we go.
Yeah, Julius, why couldn't you have held onto that wand of polymorph thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have come in handy. It would have come in really handy right now. They took it away from me, as I recall.
Mm.
All right, so yeah, the druids have all just continued dashing in, and you can definitely hear very clearly now. They're all chanting in unison: "Winter, splinter, winter, splinter." Julius, you're up.
Okay, I am going to dash towards the coffin.
All right.
Don't get burned.
And I've got my longsword out.
Okay. Shadow. You're surrounded by friends now.
I am. I still think I need to be out of the circle, but I'm not being burned, so that's good.
Yeah. You're
You- and
also
you-
letting them tactically make decisions based on assuming you're.
Yeah, I know.
You could run faster than you can fly as a fly.
This is
That's
true.
true.
Who is that token there on the edge with the dark gray behind him?
This one
Out of
is,
curiosity.
Oh, yeah, that's Zia, who
Yeah.
Shadow has not met yet. You also don't
Oh,
know
okay.
who this Vistani-looking woman here is.
Okay.
Yeah, those two are
Awesome.
strangers to Shadow.
So I'm going to like hover myself. Let me move myself. Here we go. In between Perry and I believe that's Julius.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I will transform back into elf form.
Poof.
Although it'd be really fun to see them. Hang on, I'm thinking, because it'd be really fun to see them go. Why isn't the ritual working? We burned her.
Oh no, our friend is gone. You failed.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, I'll do the smart thing. So, although just so you know, in the chat we were talking about this whole idea of somebody swats at what they think is like a gnat, and then suddenly an elf. That was just priceless. But I transform into an elf, and so I look like I've just appeared out of thin air.
Yeah. So
I'm not in there.
So yes, a lot of startled looks, like because they literally just ran past the spot that you just appeared in.
Yeah.
All
Pretty
right.
much.
Strahd raises an eyebrow. Zia, your turn.
I am going to hold my action,
Okay.
and when the berserker gets in range, my falcon familiar is going to dive down on him and deliver a touch below curse spell.
Bestow curse.
Bestow curse.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And so that's a touch range, right?
Right. Yes, but the familiar can deliver it within 100 feet.
Within 100
So when
feet. So when it
when he
moves
gets within
yeah,
100 feet, yes.
which it will on its next turn.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. You're not going to move though. In the meantime, stay.
No, I'm gonna. Well, I want to stay. I want to deliver it this round, and if I move away, then it will happen. But if I move closer and it fails, then he'll get me. So I'm gonna stay where I am. Yeah.
It's a tricky call. Yeah. Okay. Honor, your turn.
Okay, I am shooting for that berserker again.
Okay. And yeah, I would say you're no longer at disadvantage. Yeah, for him, and so you can make your attack. And remind me, with coordinated attack, do you have to hit?
No, he just has to see that I'm attacking somebody.
Okay, yeah. So you make your attack, and then Anubis also gets to make an attack.
Okay. 7.
Okay.
Oh.
Alas, 7 misses, but Anubis can still make his bite.
10.
Unfortunately, 10 is he only gets a mouthful of like rotted animal hide clothing that this savage is wearing. You know, he's covered with mud and just like rotted clothing and carrying an axe. Just this ferocious expression on
I
his
don't
face.
want to agree with Strahd, but that is kind of disgusting.
Okay, I'm just going to move one step forward so that we've got pack bonuses next time.
Right. Yeah, okay. So it is Anubis's turn proper now.
Okay. All right. 26.
That'll do it. Yeah, that hits. So go ahead and get damage for that.
10.
Jeez.
10. Okay, good.
And he needs a DC 11 to stop from being knocked down.
Okay. He's making a strength saving throw. He gets a 5. So yeah. So Anubis knocks him, gets a chunk out of his calf and pulls him prone onto his back. Which actually does mean that your ranged attack is going to be at disadvantage. Well, it's going to be his turn. He's going to get up before it'll be your next attack. All right. But yes, he is knocked prone, which will cost half of his movement speed to stand up next time. All right. We're back up at the top of the round, and Esmeralda whirls in place to see Shadow and kind of just says, "Is that your friend?" The coffin looks
I hope
empty.
so.
Yeah.
All right.
The one and only.
So at this point, then she's going to climb down off of this pyre where she was going to try to look in the coffin, and she is moving in this direction, peering like at the other entrance of this circle just to see if anyone's coming. And she's also kind of keeping a side eye on Strahd, and she's going to hold her attack in case anything looks like it's going to reach or make a hostile action towards her. Ismark is going to run up to you, Shadow, and just say, "Are you all right?"
I'm fine.
Okay, then. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We need to stop whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah. All right. It is the Berserker's turn. First, let's resolve this one that's coming up to you, Zia. And as he is racing towards you, just snarling, "Splinter! Splinter!" Your falcon swoops down at him, and as it sort of, grabs its talons at his hair just briefly for a touch, you cast Bestow Curse.
Yes.
So does he make a saving throw for that?
Yes, he does. It's a wisdom save.
Okay.
And I'm going to do the wild curse. Target must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each turn. If it fails, it wastes its action.
Okay.
Oh!
He
Phooey.
rolled an 18. Unfortunately, that particular berserker was too wise for your curse. All right. So yeah, he's racing towards you. This one is standing up and trying to get around. Actually, no, he's just going to stand up and just attack Anubis again. Rolls a 21, which I think is going to hit. So that's 8 slashing damage against Anubis.
Okay.
Alright. This guy is racing towards that. These guys are getting closer. Alright, Perry, you're up.
How tall are the walls?
The walls around this circle here are like 7 or 8 feet.
Ah, damn. Okay.
So you probably from inside don't really have much visibility of outside it, except for the 2 paths.
No, I don't. And there's more. Shadow, do you know what the hell they're doing? What the hell's all this anyway?
No, they knocked me out. I don't know what they're doing, but whatever it is, it's not good.
Well, I gathered that much. Under Strahd, so it can't be all that good. All right, well, I'm going to keep huffing then. I'm going to start running across to the other entrance.
You're not just going to retreat?
No, I'm going to put it into whatever the hell they're doing here.
Okay. I would like to point out of character that these are the same people who stole the seed from the winery, which we would like to get back.
Yep.
So, Zia isn't really on board with it, but the rest of you probably want to stay and defeat these people, if possible.
Yes.
So.
right, so it is the druid's turn. They are moving in closer. 90 feet. Okay, so they're still... Okay.
It's a really big map.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have to come to Christiana's view in order to see anything because I just can't. It's so zoomed in. I can't make sense.
You can zoom in and out on your own
Yeah, I'm
screen.
No,
zooming out right
Yeah.
now.
I can. I'm out at 200%. I can't go any further than that.
If
No,
I
no, no, no,
zoom-
no, 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 not the browser. You can roll
In
20
roll,
can
yeah.
has a zoom
Yeah,
slide.
that's what I'm talking
The
about.
one in the upper right-hand corner?
Yes.
Really?
I'm as out zoomed as possible.
Wow.
Okay, if you zoom out, like if I zoom out, the whole map is like this big on my screen.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's
I
different
wonder
for
if you
me.
need to restart the browser or log out and log
Because
back in.
yeah,
Because
so
you should
the roll 20
Wait a minute.
zoom doesn't show a percent. So you're
Yeah.
All right,
probably doing
I
a
was
browser
using
zoom.
the magnifying tool,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was the issue. All right,
right.
thank you. I'm glad I complained about it because now I can understand what's going on.
All right. So I lost track of which druids had moved already, so I'm going to say that's it. It's their turn now. I may have given one a double move, but we'll see. Julius, your turn.
Yeah. Well, now that Shadow seems to be safe, there's no reason for me to be in that spot. I think that's a berserker in the square right next to Zia there, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to run out the gate towards that berserker.
Okay. You can get to. You can get to
The space
here.
just to the left. Yeah, that one.
Okay, so I can attack it next round.
Mhm.
Okay.
Also, just saying that you haven't pulled it out yet because for character reasons that we've discussed, it would be certainly something that would be revealing, but your sort of big gun, so to speak, it's not a terrible time to use it unless you're still trying to keep that secret.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Well, it was a while since we built your character, so I'm just trying to make sure you remember.
Yeah. Why don't you send me a private message and remind me?
Okay, yeah, I just. Stupid autocorrect doesn't like D&D words.
Go figure.
So this is exciting. Okay. All right. So it is your turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So is that something you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. So all of you, as what you see, as Julius reaches in and pulls on his spiritual connection, the power of his own heritage, you see that he starts to glow. And pretty soon he is starting to be almost painful to look at because he's glowing like this beacon of radiant fire.
Damn, Julius.
Thunder approves.
It's a talent.
Yeah, and so basically what this reveals, which I'd kind of been a little coy with in the past, is that Julius is actually Aasimar, which is like a tiefling, only the celestial version.
Oh, I see.
So basically what this means is for 1 minute, you're shining bright light in a 10-foot radius around you and dim light for an additional 20 or an additional 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And all creatures within 10 feet of you, basically anyone in melee range, are going to take radiant damage equal to your level divided by 2 rounded up, which is currently 5. So it means they're going to take 2 radiant damage literally just from being within 10 feet of you. And then once on each turn, when you attack, you're going to, let's see, I'm looking at your, I need to remind myself how this works. When you attack, you do extra radiant damage as well, and I'll double check
Yes.
the rules of that. So, but that's how it's working. But you have activated this now.
Yes, I have.
All right. So, but your action this turn is still just to get up into that area. Okay. And so next is Shadow,
Oh boy.
and this light from him is bright enough in the night that you would almost certainly notice.
Okay.
All right. So that's Ismark near me. Is that that's a druid coming up behind Zia?
It's actually a berserker, but yeah.
Oh, berserker. Yeah. Okay. And could I see that? No, I can't see that because you're on the other side of the wall.
My friends, we have company!
Well, then I head towards them. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So
Now-
if you dash, you can get to here.
Okay.
But also, whatever you want to do. And I'm just reminding too. I keep forgetting to make the bear version of you for the token, but oh well, I didn't do it.
Yeah, and I was going to say I can dash, and it doesn't count as an action. I don't know if I do it
It's a
now or I do it
bonus
at the
action.
next.
It's a bonus
Right.
action.
Yeah, you do have one more wild shape, and that is a bonus action.
Yeah. Okay. So
Are you?
I will turn into a bear.
All right.
So we'll add the little bear symbol.
Grr.
No, that's not it.
All right. Shadow has become a bear.
Oops.
She's done
I think
bear.
we both did it. There we go. I have the red dot. I'm a bear. Grrr!
Snod snorts unimpressedly.
I think you like my fruit fly better.
I think he was thinking lunch when you were a fruit fly.
That was Renfield.
Yes.
All right. So Strahd is continuing, like as promised. He is not taking any action to aid or hinder you. Zia, your turn. This berserker is coming right for you now.
I am going to step back. I wanted to get behind Julius, but now getting close to him is going to be painful. So I'm going to move to the side, and when the berserker gets in, I'm going to take a regular move. I'm not actually getting that far away. I'm just getting outside of his pain radius.
Sure.
And when the berserker gets in range, I'm going to cast blindness.
Okay. Great. Honor.
Okay. So, continuing my assault on this berserker who is trying to kill my wolf.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm going to go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark on him,
Okay.
just in case I actually do hurt him with this heavy crossbow. I can do extra damage, and then Anubis, and then hopefully between the two of us, we can get the sucker out before the
Yeah.
druid gets here.
You get the sense that this guy is like he's kind of tough because he's just like he's so in a frenzy that he's like it's not that he's immune to pain, it's just that he is just really all wound up. All right, so
Yep.
go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, crossing my fingers.
That's a crit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so the critical hit does hit. Yep.
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 So, heavy crossbow
Nice.
plus
Indeed.
Hunter's Mark. So 22 total damage.
Nice.
Wow.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, that's that one. You get him like kind of solidly in the chest, and you see him kind of like he's still up on his feet, but like that one is like whoa.
Okay. So, Anubis does his coordinated attack. Let's see if he can get this guy again. 17.
All right. Yeah, that hits. That's another hit.
And another 10 piercing damage.
Nice.
Wow.
So grand total 32 damage on this guy, one turn.
Yeah. Nice.
And he has to make that strength save.
That's true. He does make that strength save again. Let's see how he does.
Wait, he's not dead already?
No. This time he is able to keep his feet, but you can see that like this guy looks like he is in a fight to the death sort of mindset. but you've hurt him pretty bad. You feel like if he was in his right mind, he would probably be trying to run away at this point.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
is clearly pretty significantly injured at this point.
Okay. Have the wolf
Okay.
finish him off.
All right. And Anubis does have attack advantage just from me being there, or
Well, so if you want to say that you moved closer again with your movement, if
Yeah.
you want to move to here, then we'll say he gets his advantage.
yeah. Let's do pack advantage
Yep,
and 20.
nice. So not a crit, but a regular attack. So that'll definitely hit again. So
And 11 piercing.
okay,
And also still trying to knock him down.
right. So once again, he's on his last legs now. He is not stopped, but you see he looks like he's bleeding out, but just not aware of it yet.
Holy crow.
I know, right?
Are you guys listening to how many hit points this thing has?
Yeah, which is why I'm trying to stop this one with something else.
Yeah. So he once again is able to keep his feet, but again, you get the sense that like you don't think he can take another hit like that.
As Paulette says in the chat, he should now be reassessing his life choices.
It's kind of reminding me of the Black Knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
All right. Okay, so I think Esmeralda, being a canny survivor type, is getting the sense that you guys have a lot more to worry about here than what's going on in the circle. So she is also going to dash more towards this section to try to get a sense of what might be coming from that direction.
Christiana, can I change my plan from before, because these guys have probably got a wonderful Constitution save.
Yeah. What do you want to change it
I'm
to?
going to change it to another bestow curse, because
Okay.
trying to cast something with a Constitution save on these guys is probably a really bad idea.
Well, up to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so bestow curse instead.
Yeah.
All right. Ismark is going to he's going to follow Esmeralda's lead. He feels like she seems like she knows what she's doing. And you guys have kind of got the other entrance covered.
No.
We think we do, anyways.
Yeah.
Well, there's certainly enough of you there that he would kind of just be in the way to try to guide you in
Blinded
that
by the light.
yeah. All right. So it is the Berserker's turn now. Got this one coming at you from that direction. He's getting close too. So this guy is well. So for your bestow curse, you wouldn't have had to hold that. So let's just say you cast it now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before he does his
Right.
move.
Another wisdom save, yeah.
Another wisdom save. 10.
10 is not good enough.
So what do you do then?
He needs to make a wisdom save in order to take an action on his turn.
Okay, so now it's his turn, so he's going to try to make another wisdom save to see if he can make an action. 14?
Just barely good enough.
Okay,
Minus
so he is
14.
able to take an action. Does the curse stay in place?
Yes.
Like you
yes.
maintain concentration, it's there as long as you do? Is that how it works?
Yes. It's a concentration spell. Let me make sure of that.
Okay.
Just take a moment. No, only a remove curse can end it before I end concentration.
Nice.
Hold
Okay,
on.
Okay.
No, it isn't even concentration. When I cast it at 3rd level, it's 1 minute.
Oh, but so it lasts 1 minute. He is cursed.
Right. If I cast it at 4th level, then it would have concentration up to 10 minutes. But at
Okay.
3rd level, it's just a minute.
Okay.
And it just lasts that long.
All right, cool. So he is able to use it this time. He kind of looks dazed for a second, but then snarls through it. And he dashes up, and he's able to get within melee range, but he had to dash to get there, so he doesn't have an attack this turn.
Okay.
This guy is gonna, he has seen you Well, Anubis is the one that's been, wailing on him. So he's going to attack him again. 19. That's a 15 slashing damage.
Ouch.
Ooh, poor dog.
Puppy.
All right, that's his turn.
The sound effects that you're playing, I swear, it's just sounded like somebody was sneaking behind me.
Yeah, this one has some cool little
Background bits.
Yeah.
little footstep sounds in it and stuff. Okay, I think I moved all the berserkers. Perry, your turn.
All right. Well, I'm not very fast, and I've run too close to Strahd, so I'm again trying to run, but this time a little bit further away. Eventually, I'll get there.
Yeah, you keep your distance
This
from
whole
him.
encounter has kind of a cool slow burn quality to it.
Yeah.
It's not slow for Anubis.
Or me.
Well, just meaning all of these guys kind of just converging on you, because it's going to start being a lot less dashing and a lot more fighting in a little bit here.
Oh, and I'll bring the burn.
Yeah. Okay. Is the druid's turn. This druid is not dashing. He is staying where he is, and he's going to try to cast Entangle on you, Honor.
Okay.
Entangle. So you have to make... Oh, and it's a 20-foot square, so he's actually going to cast it on both you and Anubis. You...
And the other berserker.
He is placing it where it's just the two of you.
Oh, okay.
So all of these vines start growing up out of the ground, these thorny vines, and they're trying to ensnare you and Anubis. So you both need to make a strength check, apparently, not a saving throw. No, strength saving throws, right?
Yeah.
It's a strength
All
saving
right.
throw.
Here's Honor's strength. 21.
Yeah, that succeeds.
And Anubis's 14.
I think that succeeds also. What was this? Yeah, both of you succeed. You are unrestrained by these vines, but it is still difficult terrain. So right now, you're not restrained, but you're going to be moving half speed through that area for the moment.
Actually, with my particular thing,
you're right,
I'm not
you're
actually encumbered by harsh terrain.
That's right. I forgot. That is one of your it's one of your ranger dealies. All right. Oops. All right. All of these other druids are just continuing to move in. Okay, Julius, you're up. You got this berserker who is basically just raced right up in your face, and in fact, as he is within your sort of little sphere, he's taking 2 radiant damage just from being close to you.
Okay, and I am going to attack with my longsword using the dueling style.
Okay. So make your. Unfortunately, that first swing is not gonna do it.
Okay. Let's try again.
Oh,
Those are some unfortunate rolls, my friend.
Yeah.
I think you're maybe just sort of distracted by your own tapping into your Aasimar energy like this is something you've not done in a while because you kind of try to keep it secret, and so you're not kind of so you don't do this extra damage unless you. So the damage from being near you happens automatically.
Right.
But the other extra damage only happens if you deal. So like if you had landed an attack, you would have also dealt an additional 5 radiant damage. But because you didn't hit, that doesn't happen. So you've slashed a couple of times, but this thing is, he's unable to, or you're unable to connect. All right.
How long has it been since I cast the bless spell? Is it still in effect?
Yes.
It was for a minute. Okay.
Yeah. So
Still in
that's
effect.
going to be 10 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah. Shadow.
All right.
finish him.
Yes, I want to bite him.
Right. So
I believe I can bite. Hang on, I have my
if you
thing
move
here.
up to here, you get a bite and a claw.
That's what I want to do, and
Okay.
I don't remember how I do that.
I don't have the automatic macro for you,
Yeah.
but it's d20 plus 5.
Thank you. I couldn't remember.
for both of those attacks, and then it's different damage, but I can tell you what that is too.
Yeah. So, I'll roll 2 of those. And, not enough!
Yeah, unfortunately... Well, actually, the Berserker, remind me... unfortunately, neither of those connect. He is a...
I was so excited to get over to him that I
Yeah.
bit and slashed way too soon.
You guys have just, like... It's... Yeah, this guy is a little more agile than you guys expected, I guess.
Between what would she have done if she'd hit with the bite with the stronger of the 2 attacks? What damage? What would the damage have been?
One of them does 1d8 plus 4, the other does 2d6 plus 4.
Okay, the 2d6 plus 4. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is Julius's total damage output at this point? If he hits
if he hits with both of his attacks?
with one of them,
Oh, I don't know. You tell me, Julius, what's your...
Let's see. It is. Hold on. Let me get my sheet back up here. With the long sword, it is
yeah.
1d8 plus 4 slashing plus the bonuses.
Yeah, so it would be 1d8 plus
Okay.
4 and also the 5. So
Right.
1d8
Okay.
plus 9 right now. And that
Okay.
would be with... The 5 would be for 1 attack, but he could potentially hit twice.
Okay, got it.
All right.
So possibly
Yeah,
up to
this,
17.
believe it or not, this is important information for me.
Okay.
All right. Where were we? That was Shadow's turn. Strahd continuing to just observe. He finds all this very interesting.
So you got like a bag of popcorn or something and you're watching?
I do not eat popcorn. Zia, you're up.
I'm going to step back out of melee and cast Firebolt. Raise my crossbow, and a fiery bolt appears, and I fired it at the nearest barbarian there.
All right.
Oh!
Wow, you guys got to roll better than that.
All right. On the
Find a way to roll
barbarians,
with advantage.
let's see. The barbarians. He's not up yet. Okay. Tell me when it's his turn,
Okay.
because I got something to do on his turn.
Okay. That was Zia's turn. Honor, you're up. You got a berserker on his last legs here.
Okay.
Also, a druid kind of coming up on you and trying to mess with you.
Actually, 2 druids coming up on me.
Well,
Just
one of
not
them
messing.
seems like it's not headed for you though.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot for this one again,
Oh, for the druid or the berserker?
for the druid,
Okay.
and let Anubis take the berserker.
All right.
So heavy crossbow to the druid. 13?
13 hits.
All right.
Awesome. 3.
All right.
You know, my real life dice hate
Those
me
druids are not quite so hardy though, in terms of being able to take physical damage.
Yeah.
They seem more like the ones that you fought at the winery.
Yeah.
All right, but Anubis gets his coordinated attack on the berserker.
No, he's not. No, coordinated attack. He has to attack what I attack.
Are you?
And
sure?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I
And-
believe you. I just that wasn't how I remembered it, but that's you have it in front of you. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna skip the coordinated attack this time, and he's
regular
just
attack.
going to regular attack, bite the crap out of that berserker. I hope.
Yeah.
12.
Unfortunately, that's not enough.
Oh,
No.
does he do it at advantage because of the pack advantage?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. All right.
that's-
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. In that case, it's 21.
Yes,
and
that
he does hit.
Yep.
finish him off.
And 10
And,
piercing
yeah,
damage.
Yeah. So that he gets another tear right like on the inside of his thigh where the femoral artery is, and you can see that this guy's like
Eh,
Finally, the
The
blood
ground
loss.
shakes up at the top of the hill. What was that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
So
those giant berserker druids are awful.
yeah. So that guy is dead.
okay.
All right. So you guys, definitely, as you know, this is continuing. You realize that the fire that was under where the coffin is definitely burning strong now, and it's very much on fire. And you just feel this sort of electric magical energy that's in the space is just crackling and popping, and you just feel like there's a tension building in the air. Winter, splinter, winter, splinter.
But I'm not in there. It shouldn't work.
All right. Let's see. What does Esmeralda have? It's gonna help here. She's got some big guns that she's gonna be willing to break out, but I think first she's gonna cast magic missile on. She's gonna move a little closer here. Cast magic missile on this berserker here. And so that does 10 force damage to this guy. As,
How many does she get?
Well, she's casting it at first level.
Okay.
Yeah, so she casts it at first level, and
Well, that's good damage then.
yeah, it was of the 3d4 that were rolled, it was a 3, a 2, and a 2. So, all right, so
Okay.
yeah, she does 10 points of damage to that guy as he's racing up. That's her turn. Ismark is kind of heading down here too, but he's kind of, he's a melee only guy. He's gonna have to just kind of wait for them to come close enough to try to stick them. All right, it is the berserker's turn though.
He rolled the one I have foreseen it. He rolls a 10. I'm using one of my.
When this guy tries to make his action.
When he tries to make his action, his save is a 10.
Okay. Yeah, so he attempts to try to make his roll, but your vision holds true. He rolls a 10 and fails his save and kind of just stands there with a like, wait, what was I doing? Did I move this guy already? I think I did. That one's dead. Alright, but this guy is now in range, and he's attacking you, Shadow.
Oh, okay.
Swings his great axe at you, and crit fail! He swings it at the ground, and it actually gets wedged between two rocks, and it's like... It's briefly stuck. He's going to have to use his action next time to pull it out.
Nice. Slow.
All
Sorry, was there a fruit fly over there?
All right, I think that's all the berserkers. I think I moved them all. Okay, Perry, you're up.
Yes. I'm on a horse. Gonna move a bit further forward. Do I see this fellow that's kind of being annoying there on the other side of the wall? Who's closer? Yes?
I'm sorry, I was briefly distracted. What was the question?
There's a guy just on the other side of the wall. Can I see him from where I am? I just moved
yeah,
up a
I'll
little
say
bit.
you can just see him starting to come around the corner.
All right. It would be a lot more impressive if I wasn't out of breath. The Night of the Thunder will show you the true force of flame. And I cast on him Sacred Flame. Let's see if I can get that to go. This is being slow. There
It's
we
because
go.
you're tired.
Well, Sacred Flame is a dexterity save for him, right?
Yep. It does do damage, though, and I wanted to roll the damage.
All right.
But yes, the DC 14.
And he rolls a 10, so yeah, he takes that damage.
12 radiant damage.
All right.
Ha!
This column of sacred radiant fire descends from heavens, piercing the storm clouds and lighting this guy up. His beard's on fire a little bit. Oh, Zia, remember you were blessed from before.
Oh, actually, so was I.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
So-
right.
Doesn't matter in my case.
So it doesn't matter for like Sacred Flame, but for Firebolt it would, for example.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, remember to add that D4.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled so bad last time.
Okay, so that was Perry's turn. This druid is casting Barkskin on himself, and then moving a little bit closer. Let's put a little icon on there to remind me that he's got his Barkskin. This one is continuing to race in like that. Alright. Druids are getting closer now, too. Alright. That's their turn. Julius!
Okay,
You
I'm gonna
got
take
the, this one berserker looking kind of dumb in front of you.
Yep.
You attacking him?
I'm going to attack him again with a longsword. Of course, he automatically takes the 2 points of radiant.
Yep.
And because I'm in the dueling style, it's an extra 2 points to the damage roll if I hit.
That's right. Yeah.
So let's just get this here so I can see. All right. First attack.
That hits. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So roll
So
this.
it's 1d8 plus. So it's normally 1d8 plus 4. It'll be 1d8 plus 6.
I think that +4 is actually includes the +2, because ordinarily it would be.
Oh,
No,
it does,
that's
okay.
right. No, because strength plus your proficiency is not added to the damage bonus.
Damage. No.
So yeah, it would be
Oops.
+2, and so +4 includes your dueling.
Well, yeah. Just click the longsword thing on the chat window there,
Yep.
and it'll roll that, and then just do 2 more damage than that.
Yeah. So in the chat window, the word longsword where you just rolled the die, you can
Oh,
click
okay.
that word.
I see.
Yeah. So
5 slashing.
5 slashing
And you-
damage plus 5 of the radiant damage from your current
Yeah.
radiant
Okay.
effect. So that's another 10 damage for this guy.
Okay, and I accidentally rolled that 24 was.
Yeah. So I'll
unintentional.
count that as your second attack. So that's also a
Okay.
hit. That one doesn't also do the extra 5 though.
Right. Okay, so
That's
7
that's
slashing.
another 7. Yeah. You landed a couple of solid hits on this guy. He's you wouldn't necessarily have watched the whole thing go down with honor, but this guy looks fairly sturdy, meaning you landed a couple of solid hits and he's still very much at fighting strength.
still on his feet. Okay.
Yeah. And also he kind of you snapped him out of his daze a little bit. He's still cursed, of course, but
Yeah.
all right. Shadow, you're up. You got
All
this
right,
other guy who just tried to swing his axe at you, but got it stuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack him
Yeah?
now. Because his axe is stuck. Does that give me any advantage?
Yeah, I'll say you get to attack with advantage.
Awesome. And so let me just do that again. So that means that I roll twice
Uh-huh.
for the bite, and
Yeah.
I'll
So that's a hit.
take the 24. Yep.
Mhm.
And should I do the damage for that first?
Yeah. And that was,
Yeah,
I
so
think,
that-
1d8 plus 4, I said, for the bite? Yeah.
I think so. Plus 4. All right.
All right, nice.
So that's 11. And then I will slash, claw at him.
Mhm.
And did that come up?
The first one did as a 10, which would miss, but you
Oh,
get
okay,
your
good.
your advantage roll.
And then
Oh,
my advantage.
Aha!
Whoa!
That's a critical
Awesome.
hit. So now roll 4d6 plus 4 for your crit.
Yes.
14.
14.
All right, nice. All right, yeah. Both of these guys are, if you were trying to put a numerical percentage on their current physical state, you'd guess that they're somewhere in the neighborhood of 2/3 of their full strength. All right.
So they're, like almost a 4 out of 10.
Yeah. All right, Zia, you're up.
Or
Okay.
Well, it would be Strahd, but he's not doing anything. He seems committed to his. He's just watching this his little play that he's commissioned.
He's checking his smartphone.
or as Rosemary says, you need some freeze-dried blood bites in a bag for this.
That's right, because he doesn't do the popcorn. Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to cast Firebolt again
Right.
at the one that's not cursed.
Okay. Yep. The one that Shadow is fighting, and
Right.
because I gave her advantage, it's fair is fair. You get not only advantage, but roll a d4 to add to it as well.
Okay, that's a 25.
Yeah,
That's
so
your-
yeah.
20. And
So yeah, that hits. Oh, well, so 25. Oh, it's +6, so it's not a crit, but
no, it's
still a
not quite a crit. Yes,
Yeah.
but 12 fire damage.
hit. Nice.
And do you get the? No, never mind.
All right, that's a solid hit. You send out this fiery bolt from your crossbow, sails into him, and you can see that if he wasn't just covered with like slimy mud, it might have set his clothes on fire. But he is covered in slimy mud, and it's real gross.
Okay.
All right, Honor, you're up. The Anubis has killed the one berserker, but you've still got this druid coming in at you, who now her skin is all stiff and bark-like. It's certainly a spell you are familiar with.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Anubis.
All right.
And so he gets 10 of his hit points back, which is relieving.
Yeah. He slurped
And
it,
then-
like-
I'm going to just move in closer.
All right. Are you as long as you're staying outside of like 10 feet? Remember your crossbow. If you're in melee range, is at disadvantage. But you also have that spear you just picked up and whatever other
Right.
melee weapons you have. But, yeah.
I have swords.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons why Anubis did the final attack on this berserker. But I also want to make sure that he still has pack advantage
Yeah.
whenever he attacks.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So Anubis' turn then.
All right. So Anubis is going to come up here and try to bite her.
All right.
This
one is a her.
Okay. 21.
That hits even with
That
the bark
hits.
skin. So
Cool.
roll damage.
10.
All right. 10, and then they make a strength saving throw. They're not so strong as the berserkers.
Their
and
bark
so-
is not worse than their bite.
Well,
All
that
right.
thing's only
Thank you. I'll be
16.
playing here all
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah. Yeah, so you see that they take 10 piercing damage from the bite and are knocked prone by Anubis's, yanking jaws like, "Argh!" And you also note that these spellcasters can't take the punishment quite like the berserkers could, so she's wounded by that.
Okay.
All right. Esmeralda is up again, and she's going to do another magic missile at the one. But she's also going to just tell you and Ismark, so you, Perry, and Ismark, that she tried to let them bottleneck in the opening, and she has a plan.
Okay.
But let's see, where's... so try to get them to cluster at the entrance is what she wants. So that's another 10 of magical force damage from these bolts of magical energy that she shoots out. All right, and then Ismark is coming up to next to her and kind of try to keep them from just pouring in through this area. All right. The Berserker's turn. He is going to run up and attack Ismark as the one who just kind of moved in. Like, he was going to go for Esmeralda, but Ismark just kind of moved into his place, into his way. So Great Axe. 19, I believe, does hit. Ismark. His AC is what? 17. He's got splint armor, so that does hit. 6 damage to Ismark. But he's doing okay. He's tougher than that. Alright. This Berserker is coming in. Gonna go right there. That one's dead.
The one needs to make a wisdom save in order to do something.
Right. I'm just trying to remember where I've got all of them. Okay. That guy attacked. This guy moved. This guy's dead. These two up here. Okay. This guy is going to make a strength check to try to pull his axe out. And 10 is enough. So he is not able to attack this turn, but you guys don't have advantage on him anymore. And then this guy needs to make his wisdom saving throw to see if he can do his attack. This critical fail. Okay, yeah. So this guy just kind of continues to stand there with a dumb look on his face. He kind of like he's lowered his axe to the ground and he's just kind of staring like. And actually, I'm laughing because I think Paulette in the chat earlier said Berserker only pawn in game. That's kind of what he's doing right now.
I am enjoying the Blazing Saddles references.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, neither of them get to attack this turn. Okay, Perry, you're up. You got one Berserker right in Ismark's face, just attacked him. Another one's coming up close.
Another one's a little bit further away, right?
Yeah.
Would he be within 90 feet of me by any chance?
There's one that's definitely, and the other one is
a little further away.
Yeah, I would say I'm going to say just barely within 90 feet. I'll say.
Esmeralda said something about herding them, so I think we're going to herd them. Now, I can move into someone's square here.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, these are big squares.
Like stand under. Well, yeah. So remember too that each square is like actually 50 feet. So there's plenty of space. But you also, as a halfling, you also can do that anyway.
Right. So I can move a little bit closer to ensure that I'm good and
stand between Ismark's legs.
Sure. You might not look what he sees flying out between legs. As let's see. Well, I think because I've never tried it herding people with this. Let's see if this works. So, from between his legs, a little finger dashes out, and from it, a growing large sphere of ball of fire launches out.
All right.
Do not get your anatomy wrong here, buddy. And now I think that I could just draw. I think that was what I did last time.
Yeah. To make the little
to make my little circle.
This is flaming sphere again.
It is flaming sphere once more, yes. So I think I can make a little sphere right there. And that's where it appears.
Okay.
And then I will proceed to ram it into his back.
Okay.
My bonus action.
Does he make a throw, or is that a melee spell attack? Or ranged?
It is I'm going to bring the spell up here.
Oh, DC 4.
Dexterity save.
Okay, so he's going to make his dexterity save. 17, so he takes half damage, I guess. Which is still, whoops.
But he might be encouraged to move closer.
Yeah.
Burning flame.
I don't think he needed any encouragement, but you.
Well, certainly, you've burned him, with this fire from behind, and so he is, got extra incentive now. All right, it is the druid's turn. This one is moving just half speed there, and he's going to cast Entangle on you, Perry, Ismark, and Esmeralda. So that's a strength saving throw from all three of you.
Well, there's always a chance, I suppose. Let's see.
From the chat, is that a ball of fire near me, or are you just happy to see me?
Ismark succeeds.
Oh, hell no.
Esmeralda does not succeed.
I suppose technically I have a D4 plus on that because I'm still blessed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And Ismark did too.
And I have the stone, which gives me...
Ismark succeeded anyway, but yeah.
That's another 3, so I'm at
Yeah,
total of 10.
unfortunately, that's still not enough. You needed a 14.
I didn't think so.
So basically, these thorny vines grow up out of the ground, and both
Perry.
Perry and Esmeralda find themselves entrapped.
Well, it wasn't going anywhere
by
anyway.
them. So you are restrained. And so on your turn, you can use an action to make another strength check to try to free yourself.
Oh no.
That's all right.
But restrained is not great.
No, especially if Esmeralda wants to set off her thing.
Yeah. Well, and especially if things are coming up and attacking you, that have advantage when you're
Yeah.
restrained. Okay. I'm trying to remember exactly how restrained works. Yeah. So when you're restrained, attack rolls have advantage against you.
That's fine.
All right. Okay. So that was that druid. This druid is going to try to first stand up and then use, let's see, Shillelagh Quarter. Is this a bonus action? Yeah. Stand up, you cast Shillelagh, and then attack with this quarterstaff, now glowing with magical energy, attacking Anubis, who just, bit her. So that's a 17, and it's a 9 bludgeoning damage against Anubis.
Good thing you cast that heal wounds on him.
Yeah.
All right. Got another couple of these druids moving in. All right, I think this one. All right, that's all the druids. Julius.
Okay, and going after that berserker again with a longsword, but first he takes the 2 points of radiant damage.
Sure does.
Okay. Here goes nothing. Okay.
Oh no, that's a critical fail.
Oh.
I'm not gonna make you get your sword stuck. Oh, don't worry. But yeah, it's an embarrassing miss though. It's just like whiff, was not even close.
Okay, nobody saw that, right? Okay, second attack.
Yeah.
How's
that
that one?
hits. That hits.
All
The
right.
first was just a distraction, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It was just to lull them into a false sense of security.
Are you attacking the one that was cursed or the other one?
The one that was cursed.
It's
That
cursed,
was my
yeah.
assumption, yeah.
Because actually, that's the one we need to kill slowest. The other one can hurt us more. But go ahead.
If you want to retcon and say you're attacking the other one, that's okay.
Nah, I'll just do this one.
All right. So he takes another 8.
Slashing. Now, and I know we just talked about this, but does that include the +2 for the
That
dueling
does,
style?
yeah.
It does. Okay. All right.
Well, so it includes that, and then we also add the 5 for the radiant
Oh, okay.
damage. And remember too, you have your spells, your smite and stuff. You can add those in sometimes too if you
Yeah, I
want.
gotta check and see which ones require concentration because I still get the bless.
None of the smites do. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But so for now, you've
Smite
done another 13 damage to that guy.
Okay, is he at least limping now?
He's certainly significantly injured, but you feel like he could take another several of those before, or like maybe another 2 or 3 of those before going down
Okay.
for the count. Shadow, you're up. You got one right in your face still.
1 second.
Okay. He's
Sorry.
retrieved his axe. You are no longer at advantage.
Yes, but I am still going to bite and claw at him.
Go for it.
All right.
I have foreseen that the claw attack will be a 17.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
So that's the bite, which also hits.
That's the bite. Yep.
Yeah. So roll
And-
1d8 plus 4.
Okay, hang on a second. All right.
All right. So yeah,
Nice.
that's another 11 damage for him.
And then the claw is 17, I guess.
Plus whatever
Yes.
your bonuses are, yes. So it's
Which would
Yeah.
Plus
so the die roll is a
4.
17, and so yeah, that definitely
yeah.
hits.
Plus 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yes, once again, Zia's vision holds true, and you connect with your claw attack as well. So that's 2d6 plus 4.
Excellent.
All right. Yeah, so this guy is definitely on the ropes now. He is very rough. He's bleeding out a lot, but once again, like these guys are just fanatical. That said, the ones that have been taking damage, like they're kind of snarling in pain and frustration, but the rest that have just been coming up and not taking any hits so far are still chanting "Winter, Splinter, Winter, Splinter."
Does anybody have a silent spell?
So Zia, your turn.
Firebolt at the one that just picked up his axe.
All right.
Plus
And
1d4.
yep. That
14.
still hits. Yep. That
Oh,
hits
good
still.
enough. Okay.
Yep. Mhm.
All right. 12 damage.
This guy takes the firebolt to the face and just goes down like a sack of potatoes. You have penetrated the mud, and this guy's just hair is on fire as he lays there, dead. Yeah. So that one, another death.
So going back to Perry's balls of fire, Rosemary posted, "If inflammation lasts longer than an hour, consult your witch doctor."
Consult your witch doctor.
All right. So, Honor, you're up.
Okay. So this
She's still got the bark skin going.
she still got the bark skin going. She still has the...
Actually, no, she didn't take a hit. Did she?
She
Like,
did.
no,
Anubis
yeah.
got her.
Right. Okay. I'm just trying to. I guess that was just a while back. So that is the hit that she took, or did she? Okay. Yeah. Never mind. We're fine. So she was knocked prone by Anubis on his last attack.
Right, and I
Yeah.
figured she had stood. I think her last turn she stood up and cast Shillelagh.
That's right. Yes. That's what happened. So.
Okay. So
So she stood up, but yeah, she's got her bark skin going, and
okay. So short sword attack. 12.
all right. 12 hit. Oh wait, not with the bark skin.
Not with the bark skin.
Nope.
Okay.
And you do. I think only Anubis gets the pack tactics. That's right. But you do
Right.
get the coordinated attack, so he can
Yeah.
make his attack. 21
yeah.
will hit. Yeah. So damage.
11 piercing.
All right. That is a hard hit for her. She is on the ropes. So it's Anubis's turn again now, but and then I guess she needs to make the strength saving throw.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking if
Nope. With a 2,
so she's
that's-
prone. So can Anubis's next attack be at advantage?
yes, and it would be anyway because you're right there.
Yeah. So
Yep.
20.
Yeah, that's another hit, and with her on the ground, his teeth penetrate the bark skin that she's cast on herself, and just tear out her throat. So she's gone.
Yep.
And
All right.
you need to go help Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
is the
Esmeralda
plan.
being restrained by these vines is bad news.
Yeah. That is the plan.
I'm going to take her nameplate off because it's kind of blocking everything. Show nameplate. There we go. All right. So, okay, we're back at the top. It is Esmeralda's turn. She is going to try to make a strength check, not saving throw, to free herself from these vines. And she is able to do so, but that takes her action for this turn. But she is no longer restrained. Ismark is going to help you break free on your turn, Perry. No, actually, I take that back. He's got a berserker right in his face attacking him. So
He's busy. Don't worry about me.
that makes more sense. He's got his long sword out and his short sword, and so he makes 2 long sword attacks and a short sword attack against the berserker here. That's going to hit. That's going to miss. And that's going to hit. So that's 15 slashing damage against this berserker.
Would the 1d4 from Bless help with the longsword attack?
Oh, it wouldn't in this case. But thank you
Okay.
for reminding me, because that's he does have the blessed. But what you're looking for on these berserkers is 13, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he manages to do another 15 slashing damage to this one that's up in his face. It is the berserker's turn now, so that one that's right there is going to swing at him again. Miss, though. Okay. This one is... He's going to try to get up in this area here and swing at Esmeralda. But he misses as well. Okay, this guy's dead. You guys are getting rid of the berserkers. So, all right, this guy is making another wisdom saving throw for the curse.
Nope.
Nope. All right, so once again, yeah, he just at this point, I think he just kind of sits down, just kind of like.
What does it mean to
Yeah,
be
what does it all mean? Yeah. Okay, so that is all the berserkers. So Perry, it is your turn, but you are still restrained by these thorny vines.
It doesn't bother me. I lean into the middle a bit. Kind of take some weight off my feet after a while. Because anybody coming close to me is also going to get ensconced in these things anyway, I suppose. So that doesn't bother me. But I did see the one just at the edge there. There's a little druid who's not joined into the fun.
Well, not yet, but they were the one that cast the. So there's this
Right.
one that cast the
Yeah,
entangle
yeah, yeah.
spell.
That's
So let's see if I can grab my little. No, I can't grab the circle. Why the hell can't I grab my circle?
I'll move it. You want to just?
It's going to be encouraging that druid to join the fun by swinging around and hit him in the back.
All right. I keep moving it. Oh, there we go. I can turn it and let's see. There we go. Ba-doo. Okay.
Yes.
So they make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Again.
And
Yeah.
damage again.
Yeah.
Oh, I made it. Yeah.
Okay. They looks like they did succeed, but they're going to take 3 fire damage.
Yep, and they're not willing to stand there too much longer.
Nope. Okay, and then let's see, concentration, but for only 3 damage, so they just have to get better than 10, I think, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So they maintain concentration on the entangle spell. All right. Perry's turn is up. Okay, so this druid continuing to move in. This one is going, oh yikes! There's fire on me. And also just coming in, gonna come to here.
Paulette asks if you can scroll the stream screen a little bit to the left.
Is that better? Yeah, I think I move it
It'll
around.
take
when
30
I-
seconds for her to answer.
Yeah, yeah. It probably is. All right, so this one is going to also try to cast Entangle on, I think can only get Julius and Shadow, not all 3 of you guys there. So Julius and Shadow, you need to make a strength saving throw as these vines start to grow up around your feet.
Oh, we got entangled too. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do I do? Just click
So-
on strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
And both of you succeed. So you are now. The vines make the terrain difficult to move around on, but you're not restrained by them.
Grr.
Okay, do you take an attack penalty for that?
No, it's just
Okay.
slows your movement speed.
Okay.
Okay, so those 2 moved. That one's dead. Ah, this guy. All right, he's coming up. And I don't remember.
That is perfect.
Okay, great. I move it around because I need to, to move the guys that are farther away. But all right, yeah. So this one is continuing to dash closer. All right, but you guys are, starting to. You realize though that this electrical energy, and so like the fire that was under the coffin is definitely burning hard now. So there's a lot of smoke coming from it, and you feel this electrical energy still coming along, and the chanting is somewhat, there's fewer voices chanting it now, but the ones that are able are still chanting winter splinter, winter splinter. It's faster now. All right. That was a druid. So Julius, your turn.
Okay. Is that smoke affecting visibility yet?
No,
Okay.
it's in the center of the circle. It's like here.
Okay. So I'm going to attack again the guy with the curse on him.
Yep.
2 points of radiant damage. I'm going to use a longsword in dueling style, and I'm going to use my divine smite.
All right. So make your attack. Okay, that's gonna hit. So do damage for that, regular damage for that first. So 5 and then 10 extra for radiant damage. So, and then now the divine smite damage.
Which I think was 2d8.
Well, let's see. We can...
Yeah, I've got to look it up. I looked it up a second ago and promptly forgot. Divine smite. Oh, here it is. It is, yes, 2d8 for first level spell slot.
All right, yeah. So go ahead and roll your 2d8. All right. Okay, so that's another... Yeah, so this guy's looking pretty rough now, too.
Yeah, I think, let's see, I cast spell, and now I've cast divine smite. That's 2 slots. I don't know whether I used another one or not. Let's see here.
Okay, so that's your turn. Shadow, you're up. You've got the one remaining that Julius looks like he's almost finished off here, but you've also got these 2 druids that are just coming right up on you now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Can I get to the closest druid?
Yeah, you can
My
move
turn.
like up 1/2 square, and
Okay.
yeah, and there you go. And I'll say you can attack that druid from there.
And that's what I'm going to do. And so first, my bite.
All right. That hits, or did it? No. Yeah, that hits.
Yep,
Awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
Mark's getting there yet.
No.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right.
So, all right, 9 damage. All right.
And then I am going to scratch at him, or her, whichever.
Yep.
Oh!
Okay, good. Yeah, that hits too.
And hang on. Where is it? There it is.
All right.
Not bad considering I had a 1 in there.
Yeah, yeah. You've dealt this druid a couple of nasty blows there. All right. Zia. Got vines all around you.
Do I need to?
No,
I'm sorry.
you were not restrained. You were actually technically not quite in the area, but you know that someone cast a spell to make these vines grow all over by the entrance of this ring.
All right. Back at the other entrance. Esmeralda is not restrained anymore.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Then I expect that when she pulls out the big guns, we're not going to have too much trouble down there. So I'm going to shoot. I'm going to step to the side so I'm not getting past Julius and his target, and shoot at the druid that Shadow is fighting.
All right.
Shoot a firebolt.
All right. And you can well that'll hit with it or without your bless.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
go ahead and roll damage there.
9 damage.
All right. The fiery bolt soars out, and this particular druid is not completely dead, but so close. Like it's you feel like it would be dead if not for this magical ritual energy that's permeating the field. Is like this will to complete the ritual is literally all that's keeping this person on their feet right now.
Okay.
I'm not dead yet.
All right, Honor, you're up. Both of these guys that were right near you are dead.
Yay. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Anubis again.
All right.
Which is 5, which will get him back up to 19 points. And then I'm gonna start heading heading south.
All right. And Anubis following, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's actually going to dash ahead of me.
All right. Okay. You guys realize that something inside this giant statue is starting to glow with a sickly green light. And the fire is burning, and this electrical energy is still just really starting to get intense now. This winter, splinter, winter, splinter. Esmeralda looks and sees these three guys kind of all relatively clustered together. And she's gonna cast... lightning bolt. And so basically, you see she reaches out her hands, and a stroke of lightning, 100 feet long and 5 feet wide. I'm going to say she lined it up so that she could get all three of those guys in the line, which is not, the map doesn't quite make that work, but because of the scale, I'm saying that she waited until she'd have all three in a line. So they all need to make a dexterity saving throw, or take that damage. So, 2 berserker dexterity throws. Those are both fails. 1 druid dexterity throw. All 3 of them fail. Okay, so that's 23. The druid is really almost completely done in by that. The berserkers are a little bit hardier, but all 3 of them are kind of really, jolted very seriously by that. Let's see, 20, 40, 42. All right. Did this one not take any damage? Oh no. Okay, one of them is dead. The one that was already hurt is gone. So the one that Ismark had already attacked is killed by the lightning.
Okay.
And so one of the druids, one of this other berserkers is significantly hurt though, and then this other druid is, in fact, actually, let's have her make another Constitution or a concentration check for her spell. And okay, so she loses concentration on entangle, so the vines that had restrained you, Perry, are gone. They wilt away.
I wasn't worried.
Okay, yeah. So they are alarmed, and those of you who might be paying attention will note that Strahd raises an eyebrow again. Like he's a little bit more impressed by that. Ismark is going to go after this remaining berserker. It's as DM, I will just say meta for the world. You guys may want to think about what it means for Strahd to be impressed or not by you.
Yeah, is that a good thing?
Yeah. Wow, that's 3 7s in a row for Ismark. All 3 of those are misses. He is so stunned by the lightning bolt that he's intimidated now. He's like,
either that or
whoa,
he
she's
can't
really
see.
good. Yeah.
He's blinded by the light.
Blinded by the light. Okay, yeah, so this berserker is going to attack Ismark. And he gets a 19. So that's 6 slashing damage for Ismark, who's still doing pretty good, considering.
Yeah. Well, he's got the healer right there.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but Ismark's fairly tough. Oh, you know what? I think his little bar is... I don't know. That's weird. Never mind. It's fine. He's got... Oh, I see why. Because Perry's in the same square. So I was just seeing the health bar not go down when I adjusted it. So it's because it's Perry's health bar is right there, too.
He's under my protection.
Okay. So there is only one berserker left on the field. And he... Oh, no, there's 2. Never mind. The one attacked, and then this other one gets to make his wisdom saving throw. Another 2. I'd say, yeah, he just kind of lies down and kind of curls up into a fetal position, I think, at this point. Yeah, he seems like he's out of the fight one way or the other at this point.
Yeah, I almost feel bad about attacking them with my longsword, but not really.
Dandelion.
That curse has done a number on him.
Curses
All right.
suck.
Yeah, Perry, you are up. You've just seen Esmeralda demonstrate a rather impressive lightning bolt. Ismark some less impressive sword swinging, but you're no longer restrained by vines.
Oh, well, I'll step forward then, over the decimated corpse. And I hold my hands out in front of me in a strange triangle-shaped pattern. I believe I can get both of them in a 15-foot cone, as they say.
Yeah.
As a gout of flame, burning hands fires forth.
All right.
And let's see here. Here we go. So they can save wisdom save.
Wisdom.
So
Burning
wisdom
his hands
save
is a
for
wisdom
burning
save? That
hands?
seems weird.
That's
Yeah,
what it
that's
said.
kind of strange. Yeah.
I double checked, but that's the spell I clicked on. Which is kind of weird. I will double check in the book.
For my other compendium here, it says dexterity. That makes more sense to me.
It does make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's dexterity. So first the Berserker. 13 is not a success. The Druid is... it is a success, but they only had 1 hit point left, so they are incinerated.
Incinerated.
So the Berserker still stands then?
Well, hang on. Let me resolve that. I believe they do. Another 12 on them. Yeah, they're injured, but still moving for sure.
Well, from behind them then.
All
In
right.
my bonus action, I pull my balls of fire closer.
All right. So that's another dexterity saving throw for them, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a 14, which just succeeds.
So half damage 5.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so they're at like maybe a third of they're walking wounded, but walking.
Yeah. And
All right.
swinging.
Yeah. Okay. That was Perry's turn. Druids still chanting. The ones that are still alive are still chanting. Got a few of them. Winter Splinter, Winter Splinter. This one is just moving a little bit forward and casting Bark Skin on themselves. If I make the little icon there. This one is going to do the same. And this one, you get the feeling that, like, it's pretty sure this one, you can't even tell if it's a man or a woman. It's just caked with this mud and, like, rotten cloth. And pretty convinced that it's going to die.
Sure.
And so, but it's, like, manic with the desire to complete this ritual now. And so it basically, it's just not even going to attack you, Shadow. It's just watching you, and you just like staring into your eyes. Winter Splinter, Winter Splinter. It's not even attacking. All right, Julius.
Okay, I got to finish off this one with a curse on him. He's now in the fetal position. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to take care of him.
Yeah. In fact, actually, I'll say you can just go execute him if you want. It'll be your action, but you don't have to roll.
Oh, okay.
Is that the plan?
Right. He's a goner.
Yeah. All right. You just with him not even resisting, you just cut his head off.
Okay.
All right.
I wipe the blade on the dead grass.
Okay. Shadow.
Okay, so
one
just
guy's
out of
really
curiosity's sake,
Yeah.
the fire, how big is it at this point?
It's burning pretty steady now. It's like a bonfire.
It's a bonfire. Okay.
Yeah.
I should have put it out earlier. All right. I'm gonna finish off this druid here to get her to shut up.
Yeah. All right. Let me. Yeah, moving the flaming sphere. Okay, so go ahead and roll your attacks.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's
so-
gonna do it. And I'll just tell you right now that that was your bite. Yeah, That's all it takes.
Yeah.
All right, that one's dead too. So the number of voices doing this chant is substantively reduced by now, but the ones that remain are still doing it.
It's not a full action, but I do turn into the direction of the other druid and just snarl
All right.
and growl.
Okay. So, Zia.
Okay. I don't see how I can get a line of sight on that other druid.
Yeah,
at this
no,
point.
this ring of stones is too tall.
Yeah. So. And I don't want to climb up because they keep getting hit by lightning.
They do.
So,
Do
In
you
fact,
have
just
a
as you're
way
thinking
to?
that, another one slams right there, and makes you think seems risky.
Do you have a way to put out fire?
No, I don't. Well, not quickly. I have something that might work, but it would take too long.
Let me drink another pint of wine.
So I'm gonna dash out out the entrance past Julius.
Okay.
And that'll be my action this round.
All right. Honor.
Anubis and I are dashing south.
Okay. All right. So, okay, we're back up to Esmeralda, and so with the significantly wounded berserker still in her face, she's just gonna pull her rapier out for that one. Let's see. In fact, she has a hand axe, so she gets to make 2 attacks with the rapier and 1 with the hand axe. Oh, okay. So the rapier, that's so let's see. The hand axe, does that hit too? It does. Yeah. So she finishes off that berserker all by herself. Just stab, slash. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that guy is also dead. Believe that is all the berserkers are now dead. You still got two druids alive. All right. So Ismark's turn, but he is he kind of turns and he looks back into the circle just to kind of see what's going on, and kind of calls out to you guys. Is that thing moving? And as you look, you see that the big wooden statue is kind of starting to vibrate, and like dust and like dirt and stuff is like falling out from various little seams in it, but it's definitely like shaking.
Well, that's something I don't see every day.
Perry, you're up.
Let's see.
Still have your flaming sphere, but there's not really any more of these things right near you.
Druid to the back of me and giant statuish thing.
Yeah, apparently there was one more berserker that got distracted down in this strand of trees, so
There's also a druid down there, too.
Is there? Oh, yeah, look at that. I just got distracted and stopped moving them. They were out on a hunt, and then they came back and said, "Hey, guys, oh, man, look! Oh, no!" Yeah, so there are more. They were further out. Thank you for the reminder. I forgot I was there. I got zoomed in, and I was so distracted by the stuff that was in range.
This thing is on fire.
Yeah. Well, so okay. To clarify, there is a big statue. It is glowing with a green light and vibrating. In front of it is a bonfire that is burning the remains of the coffin that Shadow was.
Okay.
Two things, and the map only shows the statue.
Okay.
All right, then. Let's see. I'll leave these two to take after the druid. They seem to be doing fine. I'm going to start walking in. I'm not running anymore. God damn it.
Can you get
I will
your...
bring.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
I can't pick up the sphere, but I
Okay.
am moving it so that it's slightly ahead of me,
Alright,
outside of 5 feet.
like that.
And no, I'm going inward.
Okay.
Because it seems like there's something more important to attend to, and I kind of want to do it while What's-His-Face is watching.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like it's on fire. It doesn't seem like it's...
No.
Is it near the fire? Is it resisting the fire?
Yeah, it's nearby. Like the two are clearly associated in the ritual, but it is not. The fire is not burning the statue.
What's the range? Is it within 60 feet of me?
Not quite. You'd have to move closer.
Well, I've moved as much as I can. What I will do is I will ready, in case it does come stumbling into 60 feet, to cast Sacred Flame on it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm just going to hang out.
All right. The druid's turn. There is the one more down here. And this guy here. Coming in. Winter Splinter. And is going to try Entangle again. So that's Ismark, Esmeralda, and Perry again.
Hope you're feeling strong.
Esmeralda's okay again. And Ismark is okay again. So that's just you, Perry. Nope. You are once again restrained by more of these vines.
I do have a D4 added onto it, plus 1.
You needed 14.
Never mind.
Almost. Getting there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this druid up here cast Shillelagh. Their staff starts to glow with a green energy, and they move almost up to you, Shadow, but not quite. They move closer, but they're not getting all the way into melee range yet. Okay. Julius.
Now, if I were to run toward that druid that just moved, the one that cast a shillelagh, will...
Yeah, I'll say you can get, you don't have to dash, you can get to melee range with the standard move.
Okay, will I do radiant damage to Shadow then, if I do that?
I'm gonna say yes.
Uh-huh.
It'll be just 2, but...
I can take it.
How many points you got?
Full.
As a bear, 37.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
yeah.
this
Oh,
is-
yeah, okay,
Those
yeah.
are all bonus hit points that
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I am going to get right in the face then of that druid. So,
All right.
Witness me.
All right.
Actually, you know, I'll get like right here between the wall and the druid. That way, Shadow still has a clear shot at it too.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright, hang on. I'm dealing with some miscellaneous stuff that doesn't belong here.
Oh, I just heard myself growl.
I did too. Man, you're loud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, alright, so you're
Or are you just
attacking
hungry?
too? Attacking the druid?
Yes, I'm doing
Okay.
well with the longsword right now, so I'll do that. Again, with
And
the dueling
the
style.
radiant damage doesn't protect them from that, so they take the radiant damage, but go ahead and make your sword attacks.
Okay, hang on. I gotta get back to the core character sheet. Here we go. And
Alright. That's gonna miss.
okay, let's try again.
How
about that?
15 unfortunately misses with the bark skin. You
Oh,
managed to
right,
connect
the
with
bark
a
skin.
glancing blow, but the stiff.
How about the
bark skin.
bless?
Well, he didn't bless himself. He blessed
Yeah.
Ismark and Perry and Zia, right?
I was very selfless that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're not able to connect to do damage with your sword, but just your physical proximity does 2 radiant damage.
Okay.
All right, Shadow.
Well, since I am so very hungry, I am going to move in and bite.
All right.
I should do that. Hang on.
Yep.
Sorry. It's just getting the roller and everything up again. All right.
Oh.
Oh, that
All
was
right,
nice.
Yeah. Crunch.
Yeah, and then that's
That's 1d8 plus
T8.
4.
Yeah.
Barky.
Nom, 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 nom. And then slash. Oh, that was nice. And that would be 2d6. All right.
All right. So that's 6 plus 19 total damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. This barkskin or no, this druid is significantly wounded, and you hear them stop their chanting while they're growling in pain. But I mean, there's still a couple of other druids that are chanting. So
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's just a duet, all right?
Well, so we have one. So right now, one berserker on the field south of you guys, way down here. Let me actually try to get him back into where he was in the regular initiative order.
He was 18.
18, you're right. All right. And then and then 3 druids, 2 that haven't been hit, and 1 that's just been significantly wounded by you guys.
Yeah.
All right. That was Shadow. Now Zia.
Okay. They seem to have this well in hand, but there still seems to be fighting going on the south side. So
Yeah. Well, and make an Arcana check.
Okay. I'm not actually trained in that. But,
Okay. Well. All right. Yeah. Never mind.
Eight.
Something is definitely going on with that statue, though, as you kind of.
Oh no! My intuition says
Yeah.
kill the cultists before they finish whatever it is they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So since there doesn't seem to be any more here, I'm going to dash toward. I was thinking about whether I wanted to go around the outside or through the middle, but it just takes so long that I'm going to have to go through the middle.
Right.
And if that means that a statue reaches out and grabs me, well, that's the risk I'm taking. So yeah, just running back the way I came and trying to get back towards Perry, because there's more of these guys to kill at the south end. Okay, done.
All right. Okay. Honor.
Anubis and I are still
Yep.
heading south.
These great big maps, man.
We're actually trying to intercept the berserker and the druid, so hopefully we can stop all this chanting.
Well, and here's something that I'm going to tell you that you realize as you're getting towards the south end of this hill. You realize that south of the ring of circles is a big, nasty-looking tree, and you've seen a tree like this before.
Yep.
It definitely looks like the Gulthias tree. And all of the various shrubs and small trees around it, you suspect might not be ordinary.
Yeah.
Oh, not these little things again.
Oh, yeah. The needle blights had to come from somewhere.
Fair enough.
All right, so that is your turn again. As you guys are, this electrical energy in the air, more lightning striking around the ring. This thing is starting to shake and groan now, and it almost sounds like an animal moaning. You suspect that whatever's going to happen is going to happen imminently. All right, it is Esmeralda's turn. She is going to cast magic missile at the bark-skinned druid here. I need to make sure I'm keeping track of how many slots she has of all this stuff. Yeah, she's getting close on that one. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so she's casting a magic missile again on that one. No, actually, she's going to do firebolt on the... No, magic missile. Back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. Does 10 force damage against it. All right. Ismark is gonna move to intercept and slash at him with his sword, his long sword and his short sword. And that was so a miss and then a hit.
Oh yeah.
And then another hit. So that's 13 more damage. That druid is looking pretty rough now. Very injured. And as it kind of just cackles, it's kind of like, you're too late. Pointing at the statue.
Does it make a Constitution save?
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's have him do that. Let's see, but it took 13. Yeah, so it's still, unfortunately for you, maintains concentration on the entangle. All right. The one berserker is still his turn, and I think he's gonna. Yeah, he's coming up like that. All right, Perry, it is your turn. You are still restrained by the vines, but hasn't hurt you so far.
Well, lean back again. Don't take all the weight. Let's see. All right. Well, this thing is annoying me. So once again, I'm going to use Sacred Flame towards if I can reach him, that is, towards the druid who's holding me.
Yeah, Sacred
hostage
Flame's
there.
like 120 feet.
60.
Is it?
That's what it's got in the thing I've got here.
Firebolt is, yeah. I'll still say you're good. 14, which I believe is a success. So, and then that's Sacred Flame is no damage on a success.
All right, and then I'll take the circle. I'll move my balls closer to the giant.
Closer to the witch? What?
To the giant thingy.
All right.
And it only moves 30, so it's not quite there yet.
Okay. This druid's turn now, and it is going to do what? It's got some stuff, doesn't it? Ha! Yes. Okay. It's going to cast Thunder Wave. And
That's a good one.
It's only hitting Ismark, but Ismark needs to make a Constitution save. He's pretty good with Constitution, though. Let's see how he does. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So he succeeds. He is not pushed, but he takes 4 thunder damage as he kind of braces against this wave of thunderous force emanating from the druid there. And then this druid is coming up closer to Winter Splinter, Winter Splinter. Julius.
All right. I gotta shut up this druid. So, 2 more radiant damage to her.
All right.
And then again with a long sword, that seems to be doing the best damage right now.
Yep.
So, first attack.
That hits.
Yay!
Yeah.
So
and
it's
then, yeah,
5
and then-
slashing, then 5 more radiant,
Yeah,
right?
with it, yeah, and so that's enough. You end this druid's wretched life.
Okay. Not even going to bother to wipe off the blade this time.
Well, there's other stuff to do.
Yeah.
So there are no more combatants in your immediate vicinity, though.
Now, do I still have movement? Can I still?
Yes.
All right, so I am going to dash across the circle
Well,
toward
you
the other
can't
gate.
dash because you attacked,
Right.
but you can.
Okay,
you
but
can
I'm going to
half
start
the square.
moving in that direction then.
You actually need to move like right here. Whoops, like right there because you're a little ways around the circle. You have to go
Okay.
back to the entrance.
Okay.
All right.
So next turn I can move further across the circle. All right.
Yep. Shadow.
Yeah, sorry. So I'm gonna finish. Oh, she's dead.
Yep.
Dang.
Yep. They're all dead. There's no
Forgot about that.
combatants in your immediate vicinity.
All right.
But you do still hear the chanting way across the circle and on the other side.
Yeah. Trying to think.
What would happen if we set fire to the statue?
Say again?
So what would happen if somebody set fire to the statue?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. So the statue is a bunch of sticks brought together, and it's starting to glow green, correct?
And like shake and groan.
And shake and groan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Perry recognize the sticks as being something that he's seen before? The
Did we see
sticks
what
that make
they
up the
did?
statue, did they use the Gulthias tree sticks is what I'm trying to hint at.
You
hard to
can
see from
make
here.
either history or arcana if you have either of those.
I was
Barry.
actually about to ask if I could make an Arcana check, peering in and seeing what's going on with that statue.
Yeah.
I don't have either one of those trained.
18.
Yeah, so you recognize, certainly being a druid, Shadow, that this is definitely druidic magic. And what you gather from this is that there's a sacrifice of blood needed for this. But you also recognize that, 18 is pretty good. So basically what you gather is a druid was going to have to die for this.
Right.
And they wanted it to be you.
But
And
we might have
you-
killed off other druids to make it happen.
Yeah, so it seems like they had to finish the ritual, but it may be that your killing of the other druids will have satisfied that piece of the ritual.
Damn it. Should have done the Arcana check first.
And so
All right.
you know that, if you could stop them chanting before it finishes, but it also seems like that might really be, they might be almost done.
Yeah. Do I think that if I destroyed the statue before they finished chanting, that would help?
Maybe?
Maybe. Okay.
You could try.
I am going to try. Because I know I can't get all the way across to that other one. That's just going to be way too far. I don't want to come out of bear form just yet, do I?
You've used it's your second wild shape, so you.
I know.
Time is of the essence.
Yes,
They've
yes.
almost completed
All
the
right.
rituals.
How far can I get if I'm dashing?
In your bear form, you have a higher speed, so I'll say if you dash, you can do 1.5 squares.
Okay, I'm gonna dash to the center and just do that.
All right.
So 1.5.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, sure, close enough. That's fine.
Sorry, was that
Well,
too far?
no. Well, it's further than I was thinking because you had to go around to the entrance. But don't worry about it. It's the scale being so big on this one makes a lot of that, fudges necessary. All right,
Yeah.
Zia, your turn.
Um,
Arcana score or not, you've definitely got a sense that this is bad news right now.
I've
right.
been forgiven by Paulette. She said I was a gnat at the time.
Well, and making sure that it wasn't you getting burned up in the coffin that provided the sacrifice is a reasonable thing to make a first priority.
Yeah. I thought I was so smart.
It seems to me that if this thing is not yet animated, that it is an object, and therefore a firebolt spell will set it on fire.
Yes. I mean,
So-
it'll it's a 50-foot statue. It'll start
Yes.
a small spot. It'll start a small fire.
Yes. Well, I don't plan on that being the only fire I start,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
Fire.
It's
So-
big enough, I'll say, that unless you want to target one specific spot, you can just hit it without rolling, I'll say.
Yeah, I'm just going to get close enough so that I'm in range, and because it's 120 feet, so that's
Yeah.
I can shoot it from a long way off. I'm just going to hit it with a firebolt. Since fire spreads better going upwards, I'm going to shoot it in the kneecap.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, I'll take the roll to hit it there.
All right.
Shouldn't be too hard. It probably has a lousy armor class when it's not moving.
Yeah.
But I got a critical fail.
Wow. Like I was going to let it hit with anything but a critical fail, but unfortunately, your firebolt sails right between its legs, and everyone's kind of like, that's what's happened?
You couldn't have done that if you tried.
It's just right there. It's not even moving. All right. So yeah,
I think Strahd is impressed.
You get a slow clap.
Well,
I was looking for the double eyebrow. That's like.
All right. Honor.
Okay, Anubis and I are still dashing south to get to
All right.
these two guys.
All right. Okay. So here's what happens. The statue, which had been shaking and quivering and glowing and all of this sort of thing, bursting out of the chest of it, extending the whole thing, exploding. A 30-foot tall plant creature bursts out of the statue. Let me put it there. Sending twigs and earth flying. The creature resembles a dead treant with green light seeping out of it. And you hear the one remaining druid, the two remaining druids, the one that's almost dead and the one that's still chanting, "Winter Splinter!" All right, so yeah, there's a giant thing now. This thing has exploded. It's looks pretty nasty.
Okay. I am glad I kept a spell slot, a third level spell slot free on that.
All right.
And it's also 5 o'clock.
Yes. So what I was going to ask you guys is, this is potentially a good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Because we're right at about that time. But unless you guys were just dying to try to do it right now, I'd say this is a good place to
How
finish.
about if we finish out the initiative order? If that's did we end on the?
Well, yeah. Basically,
Yeah,
I was saying
yeah,
this
okay.
happened at the
Because I
start
was
of a
last.
new round. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
That sounds good.
Yep. That's
Yep.
Pretty sure that what I'll remember what I want to do.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And there's this new initiative order. All right. Winter Splinter.
Oh, great. Oh, well.
I don't think there was any way that we could have avoided that happening.
Yeah, they basically, well, I'll, just even kind of let you know is that you guys would have had to prioritize, like, killing the druids in a way, like, to stop, because the, like, some of this, it's too late now, but I'll say that, like, the berserkers were chanting, but not actually doing anything. So, like, if you could have stopped all the druids from chanting within 10 rounds,
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure I counted right with the number of rounds. But that
But the
could work.
berserkers were in our face.
Right. But the
Yeah.
other thing is that they wouldn't start the ritual until Strahd showed up. So, like, if you guys had come here when Strahd wasn't on his way or something like that, you potentially could have stopped the ritual before they started it. Like, you could have interfered with their ability to do it. But once Strahd showed up, the clock was ticking.
Yeah.
I should have flown out of there much sooner and met them on the way up there. No, let's just leave.
All right. So, next time, Winter Splinter.
We'll hope they'll come up with some new lyrics.
Yeah. Well, now that they have summoned Winter Splinter, they've got a job for him to do.
The Manson
Paulette
family had
says-
Helter Skelter. They've got Winter Splinter. Yeah.
Paulette says another great episode, folks. Thanks for the streaming.
Yay! Thank you for watching.
Thanks for the chat, Paulette.
Oh, you should have seen like the "We didn't start the fire" lyrics going on earlier.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the chat that I can't quite interrupt the game for, but it's always amusing.
Wasn't the "we didn't start the fire" comment? Wasn't that right after the firebolt went between the statue's legs?
No, this was when that was a whole other thing. That was
okay.
the inflammation.
Oh, right.
Last too long. Yeah, this one came up when Nobilis's character tried to set the statue on fire, but
All right, and Rose said, "Just go back in time to say goodbye." Well, yep.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
So that'll do it for this time, and we'll be back next time to resolve Winter Splinter.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.